Okay, we're here. How you doing, everybody? Trying to organize my morning. Welcome, one and all, to the show. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to explain to you what is going on out there in the financial world in plain English. And today is a complicated situation going on, but it is ugly, really ugly. And the Dow futures are up 3, and they don't get it. Unbelievable. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you. It's Wednesday, September the 28th, 2022. This morning, while most of you were probably still asleep, like I was, there was a crisis happening in Europe, mainly in the United Kingdom, that has ramifications for all of us. And no one is talking about it much because they don't quite yet get it. The attention span of the investment community is identical to the attention span of most of our society around us. It's 8 seconds long. And this is costly. This is a deadly disease we have acquired. This lack of attention to detail of what is really going on. It means that what we see, we react to. What we don't see, we don't give a crap about because we don't see it. And in 8 seconds, the picture changes all the time. So we're always mesmerized by the next thing that we're being shown. And we're like a little puppy dog with a shiny set of keys. We're just, and we ignore the reality in the room. We forget about the elephant in the room. And there are many elephants in the room because they have just been piling in behind us. And we haven't looked around to see what the hell is happening. I'm going to try to fix that. Good luck, Bruce. Try to save the world here with, my limited number of viewers. But hey, hear me out, you folks. What I'm going to try to tell you, I hope it gives you a bigger understanding about what's really happening out here, and it'll give you more of a perspective, because in the next month or 2 or 3 and year and 2 years, you're going to go, that's right. That's right. This happens. This happens. If this happens, that happens. If this, then that has to happen. This happens here. This, and this starts to happen as well. And that's what this complicated world we're in is all about. It isn't just one thing and another. It's one thing and 50 other things beyond it. And things just turn around and happen again and again and again. Look, last night, the British pound was slumping again. And you're going to go, Bruce, why do you give a crap about the British pound? It's not America, It's not like it's as big as China, It's just the UK. Yeah, it's just the UK. And this is a country that survives because it is an importer and an exporter. This country is one of the world's most successful, historically, importers and exporters of goods. England has a habit and has a way of being able to take goods and services from one region of the world, rejigger it, and then move it on to another part of the world. Very entrepreneurial, very hardworking people, and they're bankers and they're entrepreneurs. Are really good at doing that. And if your country is very good at import-export, then it's generally going to become a very wealthy country. You don't have to have natural resources to be a very successful country in this world. You need to be able to move goods. You need to be able to enhance value on goods. Take Germany, for example. They don't have massive oil fields like we do in Canada and the USA. They don't have gigantic gold mines. They don't have massive copper and nickel reserves in their country. Yet, the finest automobiles on the planet for the average guy and girl come from Germany. Volkswagens are really well made. Legendary with almost every North American college student from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and 80s. Volkswagens were the ones that got us through college. BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Siemens, some of the world's most successful corporations are German, and yet they don't have domestic raw materials like we do. North America and the rest of the planet sends raw materials to Germany. Germany re-engineers it and exports it as finished goods. And Germans have one of the highest standards of living, bar none, on the planet. The UK is just as entrepreneurial, is really smart. The UK also is extremely good at bringing in materials, turning it into something else, and shipping it out. But the problem is right now that overnight, the United Kingdom's currency was under attack. Rightly or wrongly, the currency is falling in value against the American dollar, against the euro, against the Swiss franc. It's falling against all currencies of note, major currencies. I'm not talking about third world stuff. And for almost within an hour, it became so close that the UK currency was about to free fall. It was within an hour of having that happen when the Bank of England stepped in last night to bolster and stabilize the currency of the country. Unprecedented moves that any country ever has to do this. And what they did was, instead of raising their interest rates, instead of the Bank of England coming out saying, we're raising our prime rate, we're raising the Fed funds rate like we do in the United States, and the Bank of Canada rate we have here in Canada, instead of raising the rate that they charge for short term, they bought bonds in the open market, long-term 30-year British notes. They started buying those bonds instead. And what the Bank of England was doing to try to support its own currency was they were selling currencies that they have. The United Kingdom has a lot of US dollars. They have a lot of Canadian dollars. They have a lot of euros. They have francs. They have Chinese yuan. They have all kinds of currencies, lots and lots and lots of it. They started to sell those currencies into the open market, in the currency market. And as that money was rolling in, this is all in nanoseconds through computer trades, okay? The dollars were piling up. They immediately turned around and started spending those proceeds. What they were doing is they were selling currencies to buy pounds, using the pounds to buy long-term government pounds, debt, and they dropped the interest rate by 0.5% on long-term government bonds. So a 30-year note, instead of paying 4.5%, pays 4%. Because bond prices went up due to demand from the government of the Bank of England to buy their own bonds. They created a demand for bonds, in effect making the bond prices go up and having the yields go down. In other words, that's how this works. When your stock goes up, if you own IBM and IBM goes up in value, the yield you're getting on IBM is lower. Now, you may have bought it down here. Someone's buying it up here. The person buying it up here isn't getting the yield you are, because you bought down here when it was yielding 5%. They're buying it up here and getting 4.8%. And so all of a sudden, there was a demand for British bonds from the Bank of England, buying them up, dropping the interest rate long-term out. This was creating more pressure on the pound, unfortunately, because investors are saying, you want me to hold pounds? You got to pay me, pal. You got to give me money to hold pounds. I'll buy 2-year treasuries, 5-year treasuries. I'll buy those 10-year treasuries you issue. But I want more interest because I don't think your pound is going to hold here. I think your pound is going to keep falling against the American dollar. Unless you give me incentive to hold it, I'm not going to buy it. And this so-called buying of bonds out there, you bought $5 billion worth or $10 billion worth or whatever it was. You have trillions of dollars of debt out there, just like America does and other countries. You have all kinds of debt out there. These little purchases are like a little drop of water in a hot frying pan. Psst, gone. So yeah, the pound moved up a little bit and then began to sink again. And it's been coming out here in the last hour or two that the currency traders, the bankers in the United Kingdom and speculators of the currency and all kinds of holders of the debt were selling into this market. They were happy to sell these bonds for a higher price, but there are more sellers than buyers. There's one buyer, the Bank of England. Who's the seller? Everybody else. And it can't buy all the bonds. It cannot buy all the bonds. And the move they made to do that, they tried to show the market, we're prepared to defend our currency. But the market is going, you're not defending it the way you should be defending it. And there was a moment in time that the UK currency, the pound, was in danger of dropping like 5 cents in 5 minutes. That's a crash. That is a complete panic move by the international monetary world against one of the G8 countries. This is huge. This is so huge that every American investor has to be going, what the hey is going on here? This is scary, because if it's a run on the UK currency, there could be a run on the euro, there could be a run on the Canadian dollar, there could be a run on the American dollar sometime. This isn't just limited to one. This can go elsewhere. When buyers feel they're better off selling than holding, they sell first, ask questions later. And that's what they're doing, and we're doing with the pound. And right now it's at 106.76 after being as low as 105 something this morning. I mean, it was ugly this morning, and falling faster. I mean, it was just dropping off a cliff, and it could have hit parity today. It's already catastrophic as it is. The pound, when Jennifer and I returned in July from our holiday in Europe, the pound at that time was about 112, 115. It had dropped from the 130 range before we went on holiday. It went to the 120 range while we were on holiday, and was now in the 112 range as we got back. And now it's down to 106.8, having been this morning at 105 something. This is a country that has lost 25% of its value as a nation in 4 months. So if you're an American and you go to Safeway, and last week your grocery bill was $100, and this week it's $125, and you go to Kroger to see if you get better prices, and it's $125 there, and next week you go to Publix, and it's $127 there, and the next week you go back to Safeway and it's $129 there, you begin to get the picture that, geez, no matter where I go, no matter where I shop, no matter what I get, it's 25, 30% more than it was last week or last month or last quarter. And Brits across the spectrum, whether you're high middle class, if you're the very top 5%, the richest of the rich, you're fine. The rest of you are in trouble, okay? 95% of the country is in trouble. And it's the 50%ers to the 75%ers, the upper middle class, are getting annihilated with catastrophic losses. The low end are completely annihilated. They're not getting off scot-free. If you are a pensioner in the United Kingdom and you get the equivalent of $1,500 a month in pension, you're not getting a raise from the the United Kingdom government every week or every month. They're going to get around to you once a year. By the time they get around to you, you've lost 30% purchasing power, and you might get 10% more because the government can't afford to give you more. They're broke. If you're a minimum wager, you're not getting double the wage. You're not going to get that. You'll get 10% more money, and you're going to pay 30% more for what you need. You are losing lifestyle. You are losing your standard of living. It is slipping away on every single citizen of the United Kingdom as we speak. And it is catastrophic because it's going to turn the country into a recession and into a depression. And yes, the government did reduce taxes. Just 2 days ago, they announced we're going to reduce income taxes. We're going to reduce taxes to corporations. We're going to issue money to people to help them pay their energy bills because they've gone absolutely sky high. Why? Because energy is priced in American dollars. American dollars is what it costs you to buy oil and gas, and you get paid in pounds. We're going to give you more pounds to help you pay for your utility bill, funded by the government of the United Kingdom by issuing bonds to investors to raise the money to do it. Who's going to buy the British pounds at 4%, let alone 4.5%? If the British pounds are becoming cheaper on yield, who wants to buy them? And why would you buy a British pound with the pound at 106 for 4% when you can buy a 4% bond from the United States government? Which one would you rather gamble on? You're a pension fund. You have 1 million pensioners that need to receive money from you every month, and you have 400,000 people working into the pension. You need to bring money into the pension and have it fund itself. You're getting 4.5% from the United States government or 4% from the British government. I think I know which way I'm going to go, which means there's no buyers for these bonds. These bonds cannot go out the door at 4%. They have to go out the door at 6. And if the British pounds bonds are going to go out at 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7%, maybe just maybe the pound will stabilize. But the British government doesn't want that, because that would be politically unpopular. They'll get defeated at the polls because the opposition is going to say, well, you want these guys in government? Look what's happened to your standard of living in the last 6 months with these guys in government, irrespective of the fact that they gave you a raise by taxing you less and all of that, irrespective of the fact that the pound is so low that goods out of England are cheaper than they've ever been for 20 years. They don't talk about that. They're going to talk about your standard of living, and people are going to listen. Because when you go to fill up your tank for a gallon, a couple of liters of fuel, you're paying more. When you go to the Costco store in the UK, and they have Costco's in the UK, those prices have surged because what's coming into Costco is coming in from France, it's coming in from Germany, it's coming in from Norway, it's coming in from Sweden. Yeah, there's British goods too, but there's a lot of stuff coming in from everywhere else, and those prices are surging. And these folks are coveting the idea of buying certain goods from Europe and Germany, Europe and Canada and the United States and South America and Asia. They would love to buy this stuff, but they can't. Their currency is so low that prices are so high, they're going, it's 30% more. I don't have that kind of cash lying around. And oh, by the way, I better just buy bread, butter, milk, eggs, maybe some bacon, maybe some ham, buy some fish, and have the fridge with food at all times, because I got to eat. I can't get the new HD television, the 68-inch TV I want. I can't get that right now. I got to buy the basics in life, because I might get laid off next week, because I'm hearing rumors that the firm I'm working for, which is in the import-export world, we're getting crushed here, and they're laying people off, and I might be one of them. You think I'm going to go out and borrow money on my credit card at 28% to buy a new television? No, not going to happen. As a matter of fact, I might be selling one of the 2 TVs I've got just to have some extra cash lying around. That is called a lower standard of living. That is called panic mode. And that is a declining and depreciating and contracting economy. This spreads. And that's what I'm trying to get at for North American investors and people in North America. This kind of mentality spreads everywhere. And when Europeans see the Brits getting crushed, they pull back. Pure human emotion. We in North America, who pay attention to the outside world rather than what's on TikTok or what's just on YouTube or what's just on The View or what's just on America's Got Talent or Monday Night Football, if we pay attention to outside those things, we would then see what the hell is happening out there. And it is coming closer and closer to the G7 countries. The top economic countries of the planet are running into fundamental currency and interest rate and inflation problems. This isn't the Venezuela story anymore. We used to see the stories out of Venezuela, and the inflation rate is 100% a month. Oh, boo, those poor people. They buy a loaf of bread today for 5,000 real, and tomorrow it's 5,500 real. Oh, boo-hoo. We didn't care. We didn't give a crap. We went to our grocery store, and Wonder Bread is $2.44 a loaf or whatever the price. I don't even know what a price of Wonder Bread is. It's cheap, and milk is cheap, and butter is cheap. Except in the last 6 months, you guys started to notice yourselves, hey, look at the price of bacon. A pound of bacon is what? A gallon of gas is what? I can't believe gas is $6-7 a gallon. What is that all about? $8, $9 for a gallon of gas in California? What? We finally got the dope slap from Will Smith, but this morning there was another one that hit the UK. It was the second dope slap. The first one didn't take. The second one had to happen. And there are bankers in the UK and Europe right now who are crapping their pants right now. about what they're witnessing happening in the UK and how the UK is responding to it and how powerless the Bank of England actually is to stop it. And this is concerning to the top echelon of Wall Street. But they don't yet talk about it with you. They're not going to bring it up, I suppose. We're up 136 on the Dow right now. We're up 136 points. We're up 12 on S&P. We're up 6 on NASDAQ, as if there's nothing to worry about. Everything's fine. There's nothing to see here. It's all good. There's a lot to see here. In the U.S. right now, there's a hurricane coming into Florida. That is big news, and that should be covered. No question about it. The talk is that hurricane might cause the possibility of $45 billion of damage. It's not the winds that are going to do it. It's the water, the rising water levels washing onto the shore and flooding out subdivisions, downtown cores, full-blown marinas, with everything else. And all of the sewer systems will be completely inundated and will be awash in seawater, full of all kinds of sea life. This is going to take months to clean up. Power will be lost all over the place, water systems destroyed, the distribution of fuel is going to be interrupted. This is going to be a nasty, nasty one. And this is going to take months, not days, months to recover from. Most of America doesn't get it. But again, it's not Americans' fault, really. Should you be a hurricane expert if you live in Montana? I mean, really, you're in Montana, that's down there. Florida is going to pay a terrible price going forward because the tourism numbers are going to be slashed dramatically. A lot of retirees are down there right now, and a lot of retirees love to head down there for the winter. They're coming down in the next 2 months. This is the end of September. They love to get there in November and December and stay through the spring. The problem is if the highways are washed out and if the infrastructure systems aren't working, and you can't even buy a gallon of fuel in the Sarasota area for a while, this is survival at its most basic, let alone the luxury of bringing in millions of tourists for the winter season. This is going to cost Florida, which means the United States GDP is going to be affected by this hurricane. No one's talking about that. No one is going into detail about just how bad this thing is going to be. There's the odd headline talking about it, but no one is putting two and two together. A number of Florida corporations, and I can't name them off the top of my head. I'm not an expert in just Florida business. But I bet you there are going to be a whole bunch of people losing jobs in Florida because of the damage suffered to their business, especially those who do physical stuff like developers, subdivision builders. There'll be some businesses who'll do very well. Infrastructure repair people, great, lots of work. Problem is they're going to have trouble getting their supplies in. How you house your workers to do the work in the meantime. Bring in the FEMA trailers. We're bringing in FEMA. You're going to now get complaints from the Republican-led Florida people. The Republicans control Florida. They are going to complain about the Democratic Party in Washington about not giving enough aid to Florida's needs. This is the game that's going to continue. So first it's the storm and everybody cares about human life. And now it's back to politics. And the Trump people are going to just whip it up about how the Democrats don't care about Floridians. And, get ready. Get ready for that. It's coming. You're smart. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's all going to be a big crap show. That's what it's going to be. What they don't talk about is how bad it's going to be in Georgia, South Carolina, other states, because if the rain is going to fall from the sky. When I talk about flooding in Florida, there's sea surge. Yes, the water will rise from the oceans and come in. But the other problem for Florida and the rest of the area affected by this hurricane is like 2 feet of water coming from up here over the next 3-4 days. 2 feet of water. Where does that go? We're talking Everglades. We're talking lowland areas. Where is it going to drain off to? You let me know, because I have no idea where this is going. This is an absolute nightmare coming up. Climate change, the stuff that is always fun to deny that exists, is another one. Anyway, welcome all to the program this morning. Welcome to the Ranting Guy here in his hotel room. It should be a lot of fun. Folks, this morning it's going to be a really whipsaw market. I don't know when, and I'm not sure exactly who's going to say it that's going to wake everybody up, but sooner or later, there's going to be a comment made by some entity that will wake up the market to the fact that why are we going up? we shouldn't be going up. We should be going down. Now, I understand the Dow's up 172 right now in the pre-market, and I'm happy. That's great. But this is short-lived because this is only a knee-jerk reaction to the selling we've had so far the last 2 weeks. We have dropped 6-something percentage points in some of the markets in the last couple of weeks alone. But we're going to go lower, and I'm sorry, there's no recovery. This Apple story that came out this morning about the Apple iPhone 14, the i14, the sales of the iPhone are lower than projected so far. And 43% of all iPhone sales happen in Europe and China. The rest happen everywhere else. It's not like if America doesn't buy it, it's in trouble. It doesn't matter what America does. If Americans want 20% more iPhones, that's great. The reality, though, is the global sales of the item are falling. And this is a direct result of the strong American dollar and how Apple loves to sell this product with American backing, American currency. So if you're in Belgium, you're paying euros for this. This is going up in price because the euro is dropping. You're in England, you're in the UK. Oh, I got bad news for you. This sucker is going up 30% if it hasn't already gone up 30% in price. China, it's going up in China. The Chinese currency is at its lowest level in a long time against the American dollar. Everybody is off against the American dollar. And Apple is noticing we're not selling more phones, as many as we thought we were selling by now. It's not happening. It's not like they hate the phone. They don't mind the phone. Fine, phone's fine. But the economy is slowing down globally. And Apple is now noticing it on the front lines because everybody has a smartphone. We all need a smartphone. And a lot of us, maybe not necessarily viewers of this particular channel who are doing very well writing options. It could well be those who are not writing options and are getting crushed out there are going to delay buying a new phone by 6 months or a year because they can't afford it or they have to cut back. And in the UK, there are cutbacks. People are cutting back their expenses any way they can. And it wouldn't surprise me that people cancel phone plans in the UK. Certain households will go from, 5 phones to 3 phones or, 4 to 2. There's going to be cutbacks on phone usage and phone purchases and other items that are deemed to be not necessary for the continuation of life. The kind of decisions that you can't believe have to be made in the UK. You can't imagine it in America, but it's the norm in the rest of the planet, especially the lower half of the countries out there that are really on the bottom end. That's where decisions are made. Do I buy a phone or do I buy meat? I think I'll buy meat. I think I'll buy bread and eggs, and I'll use a friend's phone. Yeah, if you need to get a hold of me, call Joe. He's my neighbor, and he can tell me you called because I need to buy food right now for me and the kids. Yikes! Anyway, there we are. Welcome everybody to the show. GameStop is down 12 cents to 26.01 in the pre-market. The volume is 27,900. This is not a true indication of what this stock is going to do today. You can forget about the pre-market giving you a real idea of what's going to happen. We're opening at 28 minutes. GameStop was all morning at 25.75, 25.60, 25.90. It's at 26.20 right now. This is all artificial. I would not take any stock and any credibility in the pre-market indications on some of these issues. I would take a look at pre-market indications on some of the bigger stocks to get a handle on what's going on. Like look at Apple, down 354 in the pre-market. Goldman Sachs is up 82 cents. Cisco's up 16. Tesla's down 17 cents. It was down $5 about an hour ago. Arc Innovation's up 38 cents. Microsoft is holding a 64-cent gain. It was down $3 this morning. Bed Bath Beyond down 12 cents. Pfizer is up 15. HPQ up a nickel. Carvana up 42. Twitter up 33. Alphabet down 14. Amazon down 7. About an hour ago, all of these stocks were in the red, and they were not looking good because they were dominated in trading at that time. About up to an hour ago, they were dominated in trading by European traders. The American traders woke up, and they're waking up to a new day in America, and they're going, everything's great here except for a hurricane, and there's some bargains here. I'm going to buy some bargains, and they picked up some cheap stock, they think, in Microsoft and Apple and Tesla and what have you. But what they are not getting is there's some problems under the surface here that are going to bubble up as the morning wears on. And so we may have an opening, a little up opening like we had yesterday, another dead cat bounce opening, and fair enough, let it happen. But I really don't think we have a 1,000-point gain in our future anytime soon. I think that as the day wears on and as the realization sets in, and when the average, by the time the average Joe on the street, the average investor gets a whiff of this story out of the UK that the Bank of England had to step in to save the pound last night, by the time they figure that out, the market will already be off on the day. We'll be in the red, and they'll go, oh, that's why we're going down. Oh, I see. Old news. This happened, by the time they figure it out, it'll be 12 hours old. But that's how it works. You've got those in the upper end who understand. It wouldn't surprise me this morning if this market opens positively, and even now that it's trading a little better, there are shorters shorting the heck out of these stocks. They're issuing paper right now that they're going to buy back later today for less. They're happy to sell here, but they're not going to crush the gain. They're going to sell into the gain but not hurt it. This is a strategy where if you're a shorter and you want to short 5 million Apple shares, which is nothing burger, you'll short 100,000 at a time into a moving market, but not let the market know how much you really want to offload. And by the time you get your 5 million done, you're done now. You sit on the sidelines and wait for the stock to back off. That's when the news spreads out that Apple is in trouble on their 14. Their projections are off, and they're cutting back production of the phone. Then we find out not only is Apple in trouble, every supplier to Apple is in trouble. All the chip makers that make chips for Apple, all the other parts made for the phone, all those guys now have lower orders and lower business. They didn't think this was going to happen, and this is catching everybody off guard. And now there are dozens of companies that are in the iPhone mess that are now beginning to cut back themselves. And then that translates to dozens and hundreds of other corporations that they begin to notice this slowdown. What I'm talking about will take a few weeks to fully permeate into the system and be totally understood, but it's happening. We have a slowdown in the economy, and the Fed said in Jackson Hole, the Fed said a week and a half ago, Mr. Powell, there will be pain. There will be pain to get inflation under control, and this is part of it. And one of the commentators this morning I was listening to was saying, yep, there will be pain for everybody but America. And the first level of pain is currencies around the world are going to get crushed against the American dollar, and they're going to have pain of all kinds out there because everything is priced in American dollars. And then eventually when the Americans themselves cut back their personal spending and American standard of living begins to drop off, then the pain really multiplies to everybody else that depends on American consumers to survive. And there are many, many workers around the world who work for companies that supply goods and services to Americans. And when they pull back 5 and 10 and 15%, these entities out there have massive layoffs, massive furloughs, massive shutdowns, because it's amplified to them, unbelievably amplified. But if you live in Cincinnati and Pittsburgh and Philly and Tulsa and Tucson and Phoenix and Seattle and LA, you don't notice because it's not happening to you. You don't know. Anyway, there you have it. There's a lot of people out there who are smart, very smart people, very successful in what it is they do. And a friend of theirs will say, "Oh, wow, have you seen the carnage happening in the UK right now?" And they go, "No, I hadn't noticed it." Well, have you noticed how there's all kinds of problems in Germany and France and Italy? And then, no, why not? Well, I'm so busy with work, and I'm so busy with my, the kids and my in-laws, and my husband and my wife and my brother-in-law, and I got so much crap on my plate. I haven't got time to notice all this stuff. And as long as I'm busy, and as long as my employer keeps hounding me to work harder and try to keep up with all the crap going on, how can I possibly pay attention to this outside stuff? And I get it. Yeah, I absolutely get it. The only time you have time to pay attention to the outside is when you're a full-time investor and you're really watching what these markets are doing, or if you get laid off. If you get let go by your employer, you're outraged, upset, and confused. And after a week or two of rage and regret and frustration and lashing out at everybody, you finally calm down enough to go, well, what's going on out there? I gotta change my life. What's going on? Then and only then do you realize, oh my God, it's really, heck, I had no idea it was this bad. And that's how the world works for a lot of folks out there. And it's not their fault. It's completely, this is normal. This is the new normal. This has been the normal for decades. Don't know if you heard, but interest rates for mortgages yesterday evening broke 7%. Mortgage rates now are over 7% in America. That is double 4 months ago. 4 months ago, they were 3.5%. They're now 7%. You think that's going to have an effect on housing? I think so. Next month, the Fed's going to raise rates by 0.75 of a percentage point. You know what that means for mortgages a month from now? 8% mortgages a month from now. Because the Fed fund rate goes up 75 points. That's right. But average interest rates to you and I, they go up 1 to 1.5%. You could double a 7.5 and make it 1.5. So inflation is running its course. Interest rates are climbing at a light speed, and mortgages in a month and 2 months from now will be over 8% across America. And now that you have to ask yourself, wow, geez, $1 million house in anywhere with $300,000 down payment, if you have that kind of money, $700,000 mortgage at 8%. Whoa, that's $50,000 a year in interest. That's $1,000 a week in interest on that balance to start with at $700,000. A $500,000 house with a $400,000 mortgage, $100,000 down, that's 20% down. $400,000 mortgage at 8% is $32,000 a year to start off with first year. That's over 20. That's 30. Yeah, that's right. $32,000. Yeah, that's $2,500 a month in interest. What? These are numbers that are just unthinkable. We were at in Canada. We were at 1.5 to 2% interest. The house we sold in Creston, we paid out the mortgage when we finished it up. We were at 2.49% for 5 years. We had a 5-year mortgage, or I think it was 4 or 5 years. 2.49%, 2.5. Today, if you want to get a mortgage for that same house here in Canada, you're going to be paying 6.25. That's more than double. Unbelievable. You think about that, that is unreal. And even houses in the 300,000-400,000 range, and good luck finding, houses in the 300,000-400,000 range in many parts of the most desirable areas of the United States to live in. Next to impossible. But you're carrying a $300,000 mortgage that has doubled in interest, from 3 to 6%, or whatever it is. It's unaffordable. It is throwing millions of people out of the housing market. They don't qualify now for a loan. That's the reality of it. They will not qualify. They might want to buy the mortgage. They have cash in their bank. They have jobs. They don't qualify for the mortgage. And the banker's going to say, I love you, and you've been a client of ours, and it's all great, but we can't give you a loan. Our policy is, and the federal government policy on new mortgages with all the safety checks now, you do not qualify according to the rules of the road for a 300, 400, 600, whatever, how many $100,000 mortgage. And that will force buyers to go to the secondary market to borrow money. And that means private lenders, private mortgage companies that are not banks. And you see the ads on TV now. I bet you're seeing them right now on television, where you see the ad where the couple has a new house, and the other couple are coming over for a little, welcoming, and welcome to our new home. And they go, oh wow, geez, this mortgage must have cost you a fortune through your banker. And they go, oh, we didn't use our banker. Oh, we didn't. Who did you use? And they private banking. And this is where you get all kinds of gimmicks and all kinds of arrangements to make deals off the books. These are not on bank books, but these are the kind of mortgages that when they blow up, there is mass carnage when these kind of deals blow up because there's less equity involved, more risk involved. There are teaser rates to start the ball rolling with higher balloon rates later. Scary, scary, scary stuff. And that is a time bomb that will tick and eventually will blow as well if things don't improve. And who knows? We may have another housing issue from that angle. But right now, right in front of your face, you are seeing 7% interest rates on mortgages, which is double from 6-8 months ago. Unbelievable, unreal. Okay. Welcome. Yeah, what can I tell you? Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me this morning. All of you who have popped in to say hi. Juan wants to know, should I need to buy back my calls this Friday for GameStop? I have strikes of $26.75 and $27 outstanding on my GameStop calls. And as I'm looking here on Wednesday, the stock this morning was showing 26.10. So you're out of the money on both of these. They are depreciating from a time perspective quickly, this being Wednesday. If these expire this Friday, good news for you. The shares are not surging in value, and the market being up 149 on the pre-market is not causing a surge in your GameStop shares because GameStop is not the Dow Jones Industrial. I don't know if you have to do anything, Juan. I really don't know if you have to do anything other than look for a nice cheap buyback. Today might be the day. Tomorrow might be the day. If the shares dip this afternoon to 25.50 for a bit, you may find that these calls of yours are going to be so cheap that you'll buy them for pennies and sell contracts for next Friday in the $26 to $27 neighborhood and rinse and repeat. That could well be the game plan, Juan. You'll keep your eye on it, and I think you're going to be just fine. Anyway, there you have it, everybody. Welcome, all of you who are here. Let's see what else is going on here. Profits are profits, and you got to take them when you get them, I guess. Nice to have you here. H. Gregory, I am thumbs up 66. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups while I've been ranting away here. I do appreciate it. Larry, thank you, buddy, for 73rd thumbs up. Thank you. John, how you doing, buddy? JRP, Larry, welcome all to the party. D.H. Ruda is here, 75 thumbs up. Beautiful. And here we go. Alberto, John W. I took a few classes, and I still had some questions for Uncle Bruce. I then booked with him a one-on-one. I wrote my questions down on a piece of paper, and I was all set. I still have questions, but I am now comfortable writing covered calls. And we made a lot of progress, Alberto and I. The first one-on-one was like a major eye-opening for him. It was a huge. He had a couple of thoughts, and then I kind of straightened him around. This is how this works. This is this. This. He went, that's what you said. Now I get it. And it just opened the doors. Game changer for sure. He says, my first couple of covered calls paid for all the classes and the one-on-ones. And that's exactly right. Once Alberto started writing covered calls, he began to figure it out. Oh, I just made 500 on these. I just made 200 on those. I made 1,800 on those. Made 1,100 on these. And all of a sudden, he's just going, I can do this for the rest of my life. And all I had to do is I dropped a couple of $100 on how to figure this out, and I'm making thousands in the first month alone. Yeah, I mean, you got to put it in to get it out. You got to study. You got to want to learn how to do the option writing thing, and you better be prepared to pay a price. Now, the price you can pay is you can try it on your own without any expertise from anybody and get your brains handed to you for a while, lose a bunch of dough and wonder, why is everyone so happy all the time? I'm not making any money doing this, because you didn't study. And then on the other side, you have folks who do it very carefully. They take a few classes, they hang around here, they take a few more classes, they hang around here. They might have an engagement with me on a one-on-one, fair enough. And then they write one contract and they try one 100 share contract on one stock just to give it a shot. And then they write another one and they make a little here and they break even here and they make a bit there. And then they get a little more comfortable with it. And after a few months, they write contracts like just having a cup of coffee. It's like just part of life. And having a call drop 30, 40, 50, 60% in value in the last 2 or 3 weeks of its lifetime as they shrink out just becomes a normal part of your day, normal part of your trading pattern. And you actually begin to expect to make money from the market because you know what you're doing and you're doing it right. And that's the way this game works. And that's the difference between option writers who are comfortable and knowledgeable about what they're doing and those who are gamblers and don't know what the hell they're doing. And then there are the people who are buying contracts who have no idea how contracts work, but they hear it's the way to win a lottery ticket and they just give up cash like you can't believe into an options market. It's just insane. We're here to take that money off of people's hands. If you don't need money, it's all right. We know what to do with it. We'll give it to us and we'll manage it for you. It'll all be good. Alberto, I completely forgot to give you thumbs up, so I gave you 3 of them. Thank you very much. Away we go. Thank you all for popping through here. A lot of folks are talking to each other about all kinds of different topics. Love it. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go from here. Yeah, Initial XE. Hey, Bruce, Apple has significantly lowered production of the iPhone 14. If Apple is cutting production of their biggest flagship item, you know what kind of economy we're in. Exactly. And yet the Dow was up 150 points 20 minutes ago. It's up only 22 now, but it was up 150. Hello, it's ridiculous. Anyway, what can I say? Welcome, everybody. Good to have you here. What else is going on? Yes. But Bruce, there's no climate change, right? Why are we worried about all this? There's no climate change. There's no problem. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What else is going on here? Oh my goodness. A lot of folks talking about the taxes in the UK and what's going on out there. It's scary. What else is going on here? Yeah. People asking about, did he talk about this? Did he talk about that? He did in the pre-show. Gold Bagel members are all aware of this already. That's why you become one. That's true. Membership has its privileges. Thank you guys so much. All right, folks, thank you for being here. We're 8 minutes to go before we start trading. I'm going to go to private mode on our commentary. Thank you all for being followers of this channel. Those of you who are subscribers, thank you for subscribing to this channel. Those of you who are members of this channel, thank you for keeping us on the air, because it's members. The members are the ones who keep this channel going. And we love it when you become a member. Please become a member and join the family. If you become a Gold Bagel member, you can join us every morning before this show for the Trade Alert Show. And also Wednesday night, tonight, prime time, 8 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. This is the reason you want to really be here. If you can, you get to watch show live or on rerun if you like. We'll cover whatever you want to talk about tonight after this market is done without interruption of this market. And we'll try to help you out on what's going on. Thank you all so much. What else is going on here? Boo is number 104 thumbs ups. Thank you. Fantastic. Let's see. A1 is saying that SoFi dipped below 5 in the pre-market. Deals. At the moment, I've got SoFi sitting at, let's see, do I have a trade going right now? I think 509. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's 509. Volume this morning is 873,000, and it looked like it was around 496, 497 for a bit, and then smartly popped up back over break even. Right now it's 509 or something like that. So we're just up a tad over the $5 mark. Probably the stock got caught up in all the fever of the UK thing. That's possible. Let's see. Can't they just shoot a nuke at a hurricane? No, that does you no good whatsoever. Do you recommend CDs that says a safe investment? Do you recommend certificates, investment certificates, long-term cash deposits? Do you think that's a good idea right now? No. I would say this though: those of you who are in the United Kingdom and in the EU and Europe, I would recommend you folks make sure you convert as much of your assets into US dollar assets. That's what I'd be recommending. I mean, even if you just owned just IBM stock or something like that, and those, of course, those of you in the UK and Europe who are writing options on your US stock, you got it going both ways. It's beautiful. You've got US backed assets that are holding their value in American money against the currency you're in. So you're up on that, and now you're bringing in income in American dollars by writing options. Beautiful. Keep it going. That is the name of the game here, is to offset losses you're suffering in paper because of the depreciation of your assets against the American dollar for real estate, your car, whatever. But if you've got a portion of your assets in US currency equities, and the equities are generating revenue from them on option writing, way to go. Nice going. Okay, there it is. JR, sorry, it takes me a bit of time to get the jokes. Right up. All right, what else is going on here? Thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, what else is happening here? Oh my goodness! Lots of folks talking to each other, which is great. Glad you're all here, interacting with each other. As long as it's PG rated, we'll try to keep the trolls away. Thank you all for your help and your patience here as we slowly gear up. Thank you all for joining me today. Let's see. Susan Shops About is thumbs up 132. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys. Appreciate it. Moran's Bruce, when are you coming back to Palm Desert? I want to interview you. Let me know when you're ready. Well, I guess I'll, when I know, the channel will know, and then you'll know. Just pay attention. And you can always send me a private email if you want to get together somehow. We'll figure something out. My email is down below. You'll see it down below. All right. What else is going on here? Fun times. What's going on, babies? Thank you for these thumbs ups. Hit those thumbs ups for us, please. We'd like to get to 200 ASAP. Please get us to 200 thumbs ups. Bruce, sometimes it's better to wait before buying stock. It's better to write on, except for leaps. Premiums are way too high on Apple, Microsoft, as well as value stocks. Thank you for the 90-10 talk yesterday. Now I get it. It's in the classes. You got to take the classes to understand this 90-10 rule and everything else you need to understand about this business. Give yourself a fighting chance to learn how options writing works. It is a ticket that you can take advantage of to bring capital in, to offset and enhance your standard of living, to grow it. It's an opportunity that is just being handed to you on a silver platter, and you really have to understand what it is you're doing. And these classes are one way to do it. Watching us here live is another way to enhance that knowledge. Being a member here and being able to talk to us and us to you, perfect. It's the least you can do for yourself. We try to keep the trolls out and loyal viewers here, and for either $10 a month or 25 a month. You can be a regular member, a bagel, a Chilling with Uncle Bruce member of the channel, or you can be a Gold Bagel member at 25 a month. It's well worth your money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You will return so much more if you pay attention to how this market works. Take some classes. They're $100 each. There's only 13 of them. Watch 5 of them, 6 of them, 3 of them, whatever you think you're happy with. But try some of those. Watch them as many times as you want and learn how this is done. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, fine. Send me an email. Sundays is when I do these. I think it's 10 in the morning, noon, and 2 in the afternoon Eastern time. Sundays is when I have 3 openings a week. That's it. There's 260 of you here. I have 3 openings every Sunday, and that means I'm working 6 days a week to do what I do. And I hope it's helping you. I'm pretty sure it is. Thank you all for being here. SoFi 509 Nazareth was saying, I had noticed that. We are 1 minute away from cranking up the markets here. Larry Titus will hit the bells here shortly. We're watching a lot of gyrations in the markets, in the pre-market. The Dow right now is up 103 again. We have again another gain in the market. I don't know how solid this gain is. I don't know how much how much faith I'd be putting into this Dow. And now I think, let me just double check on futures. Yeah, we're up 99, 8 on S&P. We're down 7 NASDAQ. Crude is up 91 cents going into this opening. All right. Okay. Thank you all. What else is going on here? Let's see. Testy Donkey, Uncle Bruce, the UK person here. Do you think the British pound might be going lower? Yeah, I do. I think 95 to a par is possible, and that will put the euro at 85 to 90. Yeah, the carnage in Europe is god awful. The carnage in the UK will be worse. Now, between the two, the UK low level will drop against the euro, but the two together are dropping against the American dollar. It is going to be an awful 6 months to a year coming up economically. There's government spending coming to try to avert real problems, but at least 40% of Europeans are in the social net of survival. They get government money every month to survive. Retirees, seniors, disabled, students. It's a huge number. And these folks are not getting 25% raises. They're not going to get more money than inflation in the next year. So a huge number of European and UK people are going to have a much lower standard of living for the next 2 years and maybe longer. And this will drain earnings from corporations dramatically and government coffers. That's the other problem, because without an expanding economy, you don't have expanding tax revenue coming in. Without that, you have higher deficits. And with that, you've got all kinds of currency problems and interest rate problems, and off it goes. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I see. Sorry. Okay. Thank you all. I think we're open. Yes, Larry. Thank you, my friend. You're my man. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Cindy, sorry to say, but I feel pretty good about Apple going down. My 150 strike that I sold for 567, looking pretty good. Exactly, Cindy. Option writers, you couldn't ask for a better environment. You couldn't ask for a better set of circumstances to make money here. These markets are not going anywhere, and you guys have not upside to fear. You don't have to fear the upside. 147 on Apple, 147.64 right now, down 412. The 150s, the 155s. I was screaming yesterday at you guys. 155s, 156, 158s, 160s. Write them. Well, did anyone listen to me? I don't know. I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just saying. I'm saying it right, because there are premiums coming your way. Look, Apple could go back to 150 in the next hour. It could. But Cindy is making money now, and she's going to buy back her calls, cash in, and write again. And Cindy, I would write 150s, buy back your contracts, and write 150s further out. or write 148s further up, take some cash and get more cash. Absolutely. 146.82 on Apple. Beautiful. It's good stuff. GameStop, 25.72 down 41 cents. We're open now and we're getting the real market on your GameStop. I was warning you earlier today, don't take too much of this pre-market stuff seriously because it is so thinly traded. Don't believe it? Well, here you go. 162,000 volume on GameStop. Even now, that's what, 40,000 shares pre-split? That is a nothing burger. And we're down 41 cents. So there you go. How many of you rolled over your GameStops yesterday? Raise your hand. How many rolled over your GameStops in the last 48 hours? You went from 25s, 25 and a halves, 26s, and you moved up to 27s, 28s. How many? Are you all laughing now? You're all smiling now? Are your calls backing off? They should be. They could go off more. Love it. Might be buyback day today. You never know. Is this fun? Is this fun or is this fun? Okay. What can I say? JR, Cindy B, the other part of it, the other part of not fearing the upside is not fearing the downside. We option writers are making money. When you raise a cry of hurry when the market tanks, you are the real option writer. Testy Donkey, thanks, Uncle Bruce. GI, fellow Brits, good. What does that mean? Let's have a nice cup of tea and a spicy biscuit or something. I don't know. JRP, Susan, JRP, landfall most likely Sarasota. This is the hurricane. Tampa's going to get swamped some area. It looks to cut across the state, go up the eastern coast. I'm not. What is this? Millions or troopers are backed up, so can't get out. You're locked in. You guys can't get out. Unbelievable. Anyway, Jennifer, I'm still holding my October 14, 25.50 GameStop calls. And right now it's 25.81, down 32 cents. There you go, Jennifer. They're coming to you, and you decide what's best and the best way to play it. We're on the Dow right now, up 28 points. That's all. We've got. Let's see here if I can get this my big ass iPad to cooperate here and work for me. We'll keep an eye on what's going on here. Okay, here we go. Get rid of this, get rid of these headlines, get rid of these ads, take a look at quotes. We're up 57 on the Dow. We're up 2 points on S&P. Hardly a ringing endorsement. And NASDAQ down 24, maybe a little more reality there. And that's even, generous, down 24. Oil up 92 cents at the moment. Oh my goodness, what a morning. All right, SoFi, 509 up a penny. Rocket Lab at 422.9 up 4 cents. HPQ down 3 cents. The AMC bloodbath continues. We're down 38 cents on the two units combined. Now trading at 10.45. God, that's just a total wipeout. ME up 2 cents, make it 3. Matterport up 6. ATIP up a penny. Smart Rent up 4. Spire down 2. Sextera down 8. Bed Bath Beyond up, make it that negative 27 cents to 6.11. What a disaster at Bed Bath and Beyond. What a disaster. This is a slow, ugly death here. Tesla down 350 at 279. Anyone writing those 280s, 285s, 290s, $300 calls, sit tight. Watch them depreciate. Watch them just turn into nothing. You buy them back for pennies on what you sold them for, not dollars. Pennies. Just relax. Pfizer up 34 cents. Boeing up 89 cents. Cisco it's up 16. Twitter up 48. Home Depot up $5. Carvana up 35 cents. Robinhood up 11. Vanik Vectors down $1.42. Computer chips trading at $190 a unit. More pressure there. IBM down 135. Microsoft down 79. Goldman up 196. Google up 38 cents. Amazon down 4. Meta Platforms up 148. BlackBerry down 22 cents. Royal Caribbean up 22 cents. A lot of ships being diverted and moved about right now with this hurricane. They'll stay out of the way of those. Don't worry about that. Target up 114. JP Morgan up 11 cents. Costco down 270 to 475. Walmart 86 cents lower. Nvidia down 34. Yesterday evening, Jennifer and I went out for a lovely dinner. We went to Costco. Had to buy a couple little things. Pumpkin pies are in, just so you know. And I'm not making this up. I'm really telling you. I'm not kidding you. Pumpkin pies are in stock at Costco. Now, here in Canada, to buy this sucker, look how big this thing is. To buy this sucker is $6.99 Canadian. Can you see that price right there? That is Canadian money. $7 for this pumpkin pie, the finest you can get. This beats Safeway. This beats anybody else's pie. This is so good. First day available for $7 Canadian. This is cheaper than in America, because if you take 30% off that price, $2.10 to make it American money, I am buying that for $4.90 American. All right. You turn that into Swiss francs. We're talking about $4.6 French Swiss francs. So 460 Swiss francs for you Europeans out there. This is incredibly cheap. I mean, this is one of the advantages of living in North America. The standard of living, the cost of living in Canada is cheap compared to the rest of the world. Canadians won't tell you that. Canadians go, oh, it's so expensive to be here. It's because they don't make enough money. It's not that they're paying too much. They're not making enough and make it work. When you can buy a pumpkin pie of this size, Jennifer and I will not be able to finish this pie before it starts to grow hair on it. There's no way. I mean, we'll eat half of it or something like that. We'll have to throw the rest away. But to go into a small grocery store and buy a 12-incher, this is a 16-inch pie. To buy an 8-inch pie will run us $8. It'll run us more than this one. It's insanity. It's just insanity. Anyway, those are so good. They are just so good. Anyway, the pumpkin pie is in stock. We went to Costco last night for dinner. And I had a hot dog, which comes with a soda. Jennifer had a hot dog, which comes with a soda. We shared a poutine. Those of you who don't know what that is, that's French fries covered with cheese curds and then gravy on top of the whole thing. Absolutely delicious. That plus a sundae. We shared a vanilla sundae with hot fudge sauce on it. Total cost for that was $13.10 Canadian. That's like 10 American dollars. Total cost for dinner for two. Yes, you had to use plastic forks and knives to eat it or all that. Oh, sure, yeah. I don't care. McDonald's for two in this country right now, if we went into a McDonald's and ordered a Big Mac meal, we would be dropping $26 instead of $13. If we went to a Denny's and sat down and had a salad and a clubhouse sandwich and a cola with tip, $40. Easily $40. You want to go to an Outback Steakhouse kind of a restaurant, to give you an idea for Americans. That's a mid-level restaurant. Ribs, baked potato, whatever. In Canada, for two, if it were available here, we would be running $80 Canadian for two for dinner. So I can go $13, I can go $25, I can go $40, I can go $80. And you want to go to a high-end steakhouse, $110, $120. You want to go to the high end, you will pay. You'll get the nice dishes and you'll get the nice service and the linens and everything. Nothing wrong with that, but you will pay. Unbelievable. $13 at Costco for, admittedly, a couple of dogs and some poutine and a sundae, but we were full. Can I tell you? Unbelievable. Nick, I am thumbs up 163. I am here, sir. Thank you. JR, Uncle Bruce, I got 100 shares of Emmy. I got 1,000 shares of Emmy. Would you recommend 10 $3 strike contracts that I should offer on a stink bid? Not much, but might make me a little bit of money. First of all, I don't know which contracts those are. I don't know what month those would be. Writing contracts with a $3 price, the stock is at $3. So no, I would not recommend that. Really, I would recommend that you write an out of the money contract. If you're going to write a January 2023 or a January 2024, can you write a $5 contract? and bring in 30, 40 cents, and then use that money to buy as many of these as you can down here to get more and average down. That might be the way to play this game. Look into it and see what happens. Stephen, Uncle Bruce, is that the Big S iPad? It's right here. The Big S iPad is right here, baby. This is the Big S iPad. It's as big as a pumpkin pie from Costco. Yes, it is. GameStop, 25.76, down 37 cents. Okay, let's keep going. It's the Big Ass iPad. That's right. It's the Big Ass iPad. The Big Ass. I like that. Woohoo, says Olivia. Nice. Pumpkin beer has been in stores for like a month. Worst thing ever created, says Michael. She's laughing. Mirko, does anyone know where to set up the YouTube chat? Does anyone know where to set up the YouTube chat? Always have the top chat and have to set live chat manually. Can't I set that the other way around? If I watch on Bruce and Rena, it never shows the chat. Can't answer this question. That is a YouTube question. If anyone can help Mirko, please help Mirko. I don't know what to tell him. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I covered my ENPH short from yesterday just now, and I scored a $17,000 profit. Way to go, pal. Well done. JR, pumpkin beer. I like beer, but pumpkin, is it pumpkin spice? Olivia, my favorite fall drink is apple cider. Brian, good morning. A nice red market to start the day. Olivia, oh, the pumpkin pie is so good. Deuce Caboose, Michael, when you write to open on Fidelity, it says maximum loss unlimited. That just means you can lose all your money if the stock goes to zero, right? When you write to open, that makes no sense. Deuce Caboose, something there is not correct. Coyote, not making enough money is always a problem. Laughing out loud. JR, Deuce, yes, unlimited loss. Michael, Deuce Caboose, yes. Deuce Caboose, Michael, H, copy that. Coyote, Deuce Caboose, no, it accounts for the possibility that the stock you wrote on goes to like 1,000 a share. You have unlimited losses theoretically. Of course, the fact that your stock that you own goes to 1,000 a share negates any losses on your option, but they don't tell you that often. Farmers, Uncle Bruce teasing the Europeans with pumpkin pie, which they can't afford anymore. How mean of you, Gary? That is without rolling, just taking the assignment. JRP, Uncle Bruce, heart attack city, gasp. Deuce Caboose, but I don't have to cover the difference. I just lose out on the appreciation, right? Michael, don't be scared by the unlimited loss comment. It's pure bunk. Pure bunk. If you own 100 shares of GameStop and you write a call on GameStop and it goes up $50 a share, people say, oh, you lost all kinds of money because you wrote the contract and it went up $50. Hello, I have 100 shares of stock here that went up $50 a share with it. No, I made money too. And really, am I not going to do a rollover when GameStop starts moving? I mean, come on, get real. I'm watching Uncle Bruce. I've been hanging out with the greatest YouTuber audience there is, folks right here who compare notes with each other all the time. I get all kinds of advice on how to do the rollover. I can always send Bruce a private email if I need emergency help. I mean, come on. A member of this channel? Really? I mean, come on. Coyote, Deuce Caboose, correct. JR, McDee's is ridiculous. Coyote, you can just roll or take the assignment. Michael, yes, you lose on whatever over the strike. Dude, Costco in Nashville has no poutine. We're getting ripped off. You don't have chicken wings. You don't have chicken fingers and gravy and fries. You don't have a lot of stuff that we have up here. It's unbelievable what you don't have down there. I can't believe it. It's insane. Coyote, Fidelity just makes it sound scarier than it is. Deuce Caboose, Coyote. Gracias, fellas. Michael says, Denata. Deuce, I get scared easily. There you go. Nazareth, the unlimited loss is for naked contracts. Covered contracts, the loss is only the shares and the difference from the strike and the value of the shares. Coyote, first time I wrote that caught my attention as well. Michael, Costco has some decent prime steaks. True, they do indeed. JR, Deuce, just define your acceptable loss and then roll. Nazareth, but the difference is not real losses. It's just money you don't gain. If you are fine with being exercised at your strike and it's not a loss, then you don't take any loss. Nick, I'm shorting BLLB. That's what he's doing. Michael, it's sell to open, by the way, Deuce, sell to open. Splair, the cheap living in Canada sounds like I will have to visit Vancouver next year first before I visit the USA in the next year after that. Coyote, I lost so much money being assigned at 39 strike on GameStop. Can't believe they stole my shares from me. That's being sarcastic, by the way, in case you don't know what sarcasm is. That's sarcasm. Way to go, Gowdy. Alberto, can someone call Fidelity and ask them to release my covered calls? It's been long enough. So frustrated. Unlimited loss. That comment had me lose approximately 11,000, and then I took my one-on-one laughing my you-know-what off. Deuce, just wrote my first contract. Hasn't hit yet. RKLB, I feel alive, says Deuce Caboose. Garrity, I sadly had to buy them back in the 24s. The pain it caused me and my family was immeasurable. They took the stock away from me for $39 a share, and I had to buy them back at 24. The pain of keeping the $15 a share in my pocket, it was just unacceptable. I'm going to sue them. Deuce Caboose, let's go. Nick, folks, short BIIB, whatever this is. It's up 80, unsustainable, going to give up at least 30 by the end of the day. Due diligence, please. Olivia, Deuce Caboose, congrats. Moonman Moo, naked trucker chasing covered calls. Cool. Nick, it is Biogen. That's what he's shorting. He's shorting Biogen. Knock yourself out, my friend. Shorting is a game unto itself. You got to have a lot of dough and a lot of chutzpah, and you better be on that market like nothing else. But I don't recommend it for average investors. It's really for high-end investors. You can make a ton of money writing options and do it comfortably, I would say. What do we got going on right now? The Dow is up 110 points. Apple is down $6.37 to 145.05. GameStop 26.04, down 9 cents. We've got SoFi at 5.09, up a penny. Rocket Lab 423, up 4. HPQ up a dime, 25.08. AMC down 17. Ape down 14. Yuck. ME up a dime. Matterport up a nickel. ATIP up 3. SmartRent up a dime. Spire up 1.3 cents. Cyxtera down 1.5 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down 12. Tesla down 368. We have Pfizer up 11 cents. Boeing down 163. Cisco up 42 cents to 41.08. Twitter down a nickel. Now, is that right? I think it's down a nickel. I'm just getting some glitches on my phone right now. We'll wait for all that to settle down. We have S&P up 6. The Dow up 66. We've got NASDAQ down 10. Oil up 78 cents. Keep an eye on these markets here. GameStop 26.08 down a nickel. Volume today on GameStop 312,000 shares. 76,000 shares pre-split. That's nothing. Like, that is absolutely no one playing the market down there. That stock has really shut down on volume. They don't talk. GameStop doesn't speak, and it shows on the markets. It is so quiet, unbelievable. But yet the option premiums keep coming in. You got to take them, kids. You can't not take the money. You just can't. Amazing. Okay, what can I say? Alberto to Coyote, that's the way. I know the feeling, the pain. Yep, filling your pockets with all that money and cutting off your circulation to your legs because of all that money in your pockets. It's tough. It's tough. Oh, gosh. Welcome, everybody, to the silliness of the markets. Another fun day here. Unbelievable. We're up 70 points on the Dow. We are jumping around 30, 40, 50 points every couple of minutes. The volatility is ridiculous. It is absolutely insane. What can I say? 111 now is the gain on the Dow. There's 40 points. Just went up 40 points, just like that. All kinds of computer-led buy and sell programs are coming in here. One hedge fund thinks the market's going up. One thinks it's going to go down. Others are just realigning their positions. And so there's just all kinds of volatility for all kinds of reasons. But at the end of the day, a story like Apple comes out, and this is going to become the new normal. You're going to hear more press releases like Apple's story that came out today, talking about our sales of the i14 are not as strong as expected. And it's not Apple saying it, it's analysts who are saying their numbers are not there. They cut back their orders for additional iPhones. Normally they would add another 10 million iPhones, 20 million iPhones to the product. They're not doing that. Oops, that is causing issues. Apple and all the companies who are connected to Apple are now going, whoa, this is going to affect Verizon. This is going to affect AT&T. This is going to affect carriers. This is going to affect people who produce apps for Apple. Fewer phones selling on the newer high-end phones means fewer phones in existence, because every day Apple phones die. Over the time, Apple phones die and never work again. People drop them, they go into the toilet, they become dysfunctional. And if they're not replaced at the same rate as they are dying, we have a shrinking iPhone market. That's undeniable. It is reality 101. But no analyst is going to tell you that. None of these Wall Street boys are going to say to you that Apple's earnings are going to be short of expectations right now. They're not going to say it. They don't want to say it. They'll let the company say it, but they don't want to say it because they don't want to piss off the Apple people. You're not going to make them mad anyway because it's reality. They all know it. The folks at Apple know the carnage that they're faced with right now. Lower margins, lower volumes, shrinking iPhone market, shrinking smartphone market. In what it is, because it's a shrinking economy, world economy. No one wants to speak. I'll say it, but there's 268 of you here, not 268 million of you here. So you're in the know, and the rest are oblivious. Congratulations, you smarty pants people. Way to go. Down $6.19 on Apple right now, down $6.29, 145.47 on Apple. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not the end of the world. It's just a trading opportunity. Rinse and repeat. Buy back calls that are shrinking out and write new calls. Keep doing it. Apple could go down to 130 in the next month. It could go to 125. It could. Might not, but it could. But you got to be writing to take advantage of this. You've got to be writing. Don't sit there and go, I'll buy my calls and then I'll sell some more later when it goes back up. Write immediately more calls for the next 2 weeks. Instantly. Write 147s now. Write 147s now. Take the money and enjoy the shrinkage and then take some more. Okay, what else is going on here? Oh my gosh. GameStop is up. Oh my God, look out. The world is coming to an end. Oh, so much fun, everybody. What else is going on? Yeah, not to beat a dead horse, but Apple is a hardware company. It's not a hardware company. It's a software services company. Well, they're a mix. They're certainly a mix. Brian, GameStop is the roller coaster ride. Christina, buy a long call on Apple to write poor man covered calls. Yeah, you could, but you got to go into the money. You can't be right. You can't be buying 135s or 130s. You got to be buying 110s. You got to be buying 115s, 120s maybe. You definitely want to do that. And 90-10 rule, otherwise forget it. If you can't do the 90-10 rule, don't do it. Credit Savage of Wall Street. Okay, I saw just a few analysts on different channels say that we are in a bear market and people should stay on the sidelines to wait for a good time to buy. This proves they are about to start buying. There you go. And notice they don't say sell. They don't say sell. Stay in the sidelines. David, hey, Uncle Bruce, after our one-on-one, I got to thinking about my day job a lot. I was wondering if you do a one-on-one more so concerning career paths, self-employed contractor paths, rather than just the market continue. I do this all the time. Yes. David, I know you said old school stockbrokers are typically involved in areas like that, but I was hoping to bounce some ideas off you. Absolutely. Dave, anytime. Yeah. A lot of the folks who have one-on-ones with me, they'll talk to me about their markets, their stocks, their accounts, their trading. They want answers to option questions. They want to clarify how this works, that works. But a high number of folks who talk to me on one-on-ones, they'll do both. They'll talk to me about their accounts and what they're doing, and then they want to talk to me about life in general. What they want from me is a 67-year-old's perspective on where they are at. They're in their 30s, they're in their 40s, they're in their 50s. You're behind me in age. You're going to be around longer than I am. And you kind of want to know, well, hey, you've seen it all. You've been around. I have an opportunity to do this or this or this or this. What are your thoughts? What should I look out for? What's your word of advice? Absolutely. If you want to talk to me about career situations, the changing of the guard in your family, where you've noticed in the last couple of months, the last year or two, certain people in the family that were the leaders of the family are no longer capable of doing this anymore, or you have been approached by your mom and dad, you've been approached by brothers or sisters, aunts and uncles, to take a larger role of responsibility for people who are aging out. I mean, I'm trying to be polite in how to say this. Time is the enemy of all of us eventually, because our time runs out. And some of us here, in this family here, of the 256 of you here plus me, you know what I'm talking about. You know that some of you have had to take over the mantle from your mother or father or grandmother or whoever, because of life's cruel events. Sometimes a stroke does it. Sometimes a serious heart attack does it. Sometimes an accident does it. Sometimes a passing of somebody in the family makes everything change overnight. That 3 in the morning phone call that changes the world in which you live. I get it. A lot of you, and a number, not a lot of you, but a number of you could kind of use someone to talk to about this. And you don't want it to be your brother, your sister, your yappy neighbor, the person at the Thanksgiving dinner that you really hate seeing every year, the know-it-all in the family. You really just want an opinion from someone who doesn't know anyone in your family, that they don't know you personally. It's a confidential, private conversation. You want to get a second opinion or an outside opinion assessment of what the situation is. If I can help you in that, great. Am I a jack of all trades? In a way, maybe I am. What's my advantage? I'm older. I've just been around longer, and I've heard so many. I've been involved in so many scenarios through the years with clients, associates, just life. That's what happens when you get older. You've seen it. I'm able to give you my perspective for now. In 10 years from now, I may not be able to give you perspective anymore, because at 77, I may be way too old to help you any longer. But at this age, I can still relate to the 35, 45, 55-year-olds. I can certainly understand. I have a 34-year-old daughter. I have relatives that are this age and all the way up. Anyway, if you would like a one-on-one and just talk about the markets, life itself, your future, your job, your thoughts of becoming self-employed and taking control of your life, whatever, let me know, and we'll set it up. Sundays are the day. 10 in the morning, noon, or 2 in the afternoon Eastern time is when I conduct one-on-ones on Sundays. And if you'd like to have one of these, send me an email to my email address. It's right here. You'll find it down below in the description. And let me know, Bruce, I'd like to have a one-on-one with you. What about Sunday at noon or 2 o'clock Eastern or 10 Eastern? Is that available? Or, whatever time you got, I'll take. Just tell me what time I can have. Let me know. And then we'll, after this live show, I always check the emails, and I'll send you an offer. Here's a time I've got. Can this work for you? And we'll then get you locked in, and we'll set you up. Okay. So yeah, absolutely. Let me know. We'll do the best we can here for all of you. Absolutely. Okay. Let's move on. Coyote, Uncle Bruce, I've kind of become addicted to this poor man covered call thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Poor man covered call stock option writing is a very good way to leverage income into your account. And in this kind of a market, it works beautifully. It can really make you money. Yeah, Coyote, way to go. Brian, the credit service at Wall Street, these guys are a bunch of yahoos. Bruce, you know how they never say sell on Wall Street. How do you explain them always telling us to sell GameStop and get out while you can't? Oh, well, they'll never tell you to sell their favorites. I mean, do you think JP Morgan is going to tell you to sell the stock that they just raised money for? I mean, come on. They haven't raised any money for GameStop. So of course they'll tell you to sell that. Of course. Yeah, Cindy, I bought back and sold on Apple 148 for October 7th, 299. Cindy, way to go. You are doing it absolutely correctly. This is exactly what you're supposed to do. You wrote the 150, 55s, whatever those were. You bought them back. You're now writing 148s, and we're down to 145.92. This is exactly how you do this. You take in the $3. You've just offered your stock for 151. It's trading at 149 for 145.92. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Short term, nice premium, out of the money contract, money in your hands. Thank you very much. Rinse and repeat. This stock goes to 142 tomorrow, 141 next week. Guess what? You're buying your 148s and you're writing 143s, 144s again and again and again and again. Cindy, welcome to the land of successful option trading. Doesn't matter what the stock does, doesn't matter what it's going to do, doesn't matter where it's going to go. You're going to make money. I love this. Credit Savage, time to load up on all our stocks, ladies and gentlemen. When these dummies start saying people should be scared, then you buy. Notice how they always tell you to buy after they've made a killing. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Deuce, Michael, your thoughts on SoFi staying under 5 for 10 days? We are right there. SoFi 514. Under 6, you mean? Brian, that just tells me we have something they want. I guess I will keep buying GameStop and hold it for a long term. Deuce, if it stays under 5, then a lot of pension funds have to exit. Cindy, Smart Rent is up, apparently. Well, okay, let's take that too. I got it at 243. I have Spire unchanged. Cyxtera is up 2 cents. ATAP is up 3. Matterport is up 5. ME is up 11. Got some movement there. HPQ up 23. Rocket Lab is up 2. SoFi is up 5. GameStop 26.36, up 23 cents. The Dow's up 72. Giddy up. The Apple's down $6. That's a warning shot across the bow for every stock on the exchanges. If Apple is not meeting their sales expectations of their latest, greatest invention, the iPhone 14, what do you think about everybody else not meeting their expectations? What do you think this Christmas season is going to be like? I bet you there's going to be a whole bunch of disappointments out there in Target land, Costco land, Walmart land, Best Buy land. The retail disappointments could be huge this Christmas. How many people are cutting back Christmas spending already because of what's happening in this economy? And in Europe, oh my God. If you're in the UK, you want to go Christmas shopping this November and December? Are you ready to pay 25% more for every Christmas gift you're going to hand out? We're talking a nightmare. I think the hottest selling item this Christmas, the one item that will be the most popular item that people will use, gift cards. Why, you ask? Simple. If you know that Uncle Chester in your family is a Costco member, Auntie M and Uncle Chester go to Costco, rather than buy them something from Costco for $40, $50, you're going to give them a $25 gift card. One, you've just reduced your spending by $15. Two, you're still street cred okay because you gave them a Costco gift card. Three, you're giving them something they can use. And they might take that $25 gift card and they'll buy something they want or something they could use, rather than something you gave them that you think they'd like. I'm telling you, the lineups at the Costco return window starting December 27th, 28th, 29th, going to run out the door, out the parking lot. How many people are going to be taking back gifts that they got from Costco, from someone else, for a cash refund? They're going to want their money back. It's going to be unbelievable. There are going to be retailers who are going to be instituting restrictions on refunds. They're going to only allow cash gift card refunds. I see it coming. I'm telling you, it is coming down the tube here, where you're going to get a gift from somebody. You're going to go back to the retailer and try to get a cash refund, and all they're going to give you is a gift card for that store for the amount of the item. And now you have to buy something else. Watch for it. I'm telling you, it's a backup here. Brian, also, don't you find it very chilly in Calgary these days? I mean, it's going to go to 30 today, but I just walked in the grass barefoot. I nearly froze them off. I mean, it's really cold around here. Bruce, I can't. Gowdy, me too. Scared me at first, but now I got this. I love poor man covered calls. Oh, I love this stuff. A deuce. The Arizona Teachers Fund bought a big chunk a while back, and they would be forced to sell. Interesting. If they hadn't already. Credit Savage. SoFi will hover around the fives for a few weeks. Then in November, it will run because of earnings, and will just show how great the fundamentals are and how profitable it is. And up the upside, load up. There you go. Miraculous. I'm number 183 on the thumbs up meter. Bruce, Mama, babe, who's writing $5 SoFi calls? I mean, really? Christina, Sunday fun day with Uncle B. Christina, Market Watch headline: gilt yields plunge after Bank of England steps in to buy whatever scale is necessary. Mirko, Asia and Europe have been red the whole day. U.S. is green. Do you think that will change during the day? I don't think it's green by very much, and so I don't know if we can hold this. The Dow's up 18 whole points. Whoop-de-freaking do. We've had, 2 weeks of carnage, and we're up 18. No snapback rally. Nothing going on here. Yuck. S&P down a point. NASDAQ down 40. Yikes. Nazareth, thank you for this $50 donation. Man, you are awesome. Uncle Bruce, can you explain in plain English what risk on versus risk off investing is? I heard this morning that bonds are a risk off asset, but it's down more than stocks today, which is a risk on asset. What the fleck is going on? Okay, well, in plain English, basically, look, if you're buying a U.S. Treasury note, a 10-year U.S. Treasury, and it's paying you 3.99% or 4% or whatever the interest rate is right now, that's a risk-off asset. Why is it a risk-off asset? Because it's a U.S. dollar-denominated bond from the government of the United States, backed by 400 crazy Americans. Okay, they're wild and wacky, but they're good for their money. You'll get your 4% interest, and you will be paid back in American funds. So if you're a European, you're a South American, you're an African, you're an Asian, I don't care what you are, you're somewhere but not from America, and you buy an American Treasury note, you're buying American dollar-backed security from the United States government. That's as risk-off as it gets. There's nothing less risky than that. In this world you're in today, this is the one thing you buy. Now, if you're going to buy IBM or Apple or GameStop or SoFi, it's an American currency item, yes, but it's a risk-on asset because it's not guaranteed by the government of the United States. It's not guaranteed by 400 ridiculously crazy Americans. They're wonderful people, by the way. I love Americans. But they're crazy like we are. We're all crazy. Americans don't back SoFi shares. Americans back treasuries. The world knows it. All right? You have the world's strongest military. You got a country that's not going to be invaded by anybody. And you buy American treasuries. It's just that simple, okay? And Americans are wonderful people, and they pay their bills. The good news about American debt is that you buy it, and you know that the worst-case scenario is the American debt machine will just issue new debt to pay off the old debt. Been doing that for 100 years, like a long time. No one cares. It's all fine. Right? That's risk on versus risk off. Right? So risk on is where you're buying non-government backed entities and you're taking a chance. Now, look, if you're buying German bonds, German T-bills, that's pretty solid too. That's a risk-off investment as well. But now you want to rank risk-off investments from 1 to 10 to 20 to 50 to 100. The government of Zimbabwe treasury notes are a risk-off investment in Zimbabwe, but it's kind of like not so high a grade as an American T-bill or a German T-bill or a UK or a French or Italian, Canadian. If you're talking G7, G8 countries, those are your top end corporate, government bonds to get into. Then those corporations inside those countries are generally pretty solid. You could kind of trust the financials that are filed by most entities in these countries. And if these companies don't file proper financials that are a bit fishy, the regulators of those countries are on them like you can't believe. And so that gives you reassurance that the corporate books of American listed, Canadian listed companies are pretty legit. German, France, Italy, England. But Zimbabwe bonds and Zimbabwe stock exchange funds, maybe not, so high on the trust list. Chinese financials, are you out of your mind? Are you gonna trust the books of a Chinese listed company audited by Chinese auditors from China? Are you got to be kidding me, right? That is risk. That is risk on like nothing. Chinese government bonds. Yeah, you can buy Chinese government debt. They'll pay it. Yeah, they'll pay it. But again, you got to gamble on the value of the yuan, the Chinese currency, against your currency. If the Chinese currency drops more than the interest rate than China pays, you lose money. Well, that's the same in England right now. If you buy a 10-year treasury from the United Kingdom and you get 4.4% interest on your money, but the currency of the United Kingdom drops 6% in the next year or two, you're losing more money in currency devaluation than you're getting in interest. That's a loss, right? It's still a risk-off investment, though, because it's a government bond issued by the government of the United Kingdom. They're good for it. They'll pay you the interest. But you may find that by the time your 10-year note has finished running out its time, you lost more money on the currency than you got in interest, and the new bond that's out there, you can get 8% interest on. So you've actually not been earning as much as you could have been. There's still risk in bonds, okay? But risk on, risk off. This is kind of how this works. Stocks are riskier, always have been, always will be. Even Apple is a riskier investment than a 10-year US Treasury is. But what's the upside? The upside of Apple's stock is a lot higher than the upside for a 10-year US Treasury, because Apple has a way of changing their focus and game plan to make it work financially. They can make changes overnight and not have to worry about the Congress, the Senate, opinion polls, midterm elections. Apple is free to change their direction anytime they want. Governments, not so much. Does that help you a little bit? I hope it does. I hope it helps all of you. I'm sure some people might comment here about risk on, risk off. Thank you, Nazareth, for this donation. As always, you guys out there are absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for your support. PayPal donations you guys make to us, these kinds of donations, picking up classes, learning how to write options. You're investing in me to invest in yourself. Congratulations, by the way. Way to go. Look at Mama Babe. Look at Kent, Christina, Mirko, all these folks. They are receiving hundreds of dollars for every dollar they've invested in themselves, and they will for the rest of their lives. It's massive, and I'm really proud of you guys. Well done, all of you. We're coming up to the 2-hour mark in 17 minutes. We've got a Dow up 28 points, 30 points at the moment. Big whoop. Nothing much here. GameStop up 20 cents. Not a lot going on. Credit Savage. Yesterday, I bought back all of the SoFi $10 January 2024 leaps I wrote a month ago for 101. I bought them at 61 cents. Who says you can't make money in this market? Now I wait for November's pop. Thank you, Uncle Bean. Well, there you are right there. Can be done if you want to do it. Christina, we are Alberta. So far, I'm holding and buying. Let's go. Deuce caboose. If there's a bid, say for 50 cents and then ask for $1, what's the strategy when you're selling calls? You need to learn all about stink bids and stink offers. And you need to learn this desperately, because this right here is a glaring example of how option writers can get screwed by their platform brokers and lack of knowledge. And you have got to take my classes about stink offers and stink bids. I can't emphasize enough the difference of money in your pocket when you're trying to write 10 or 20 or 30 calls and you have a market like this. You cannot afford to not know how stink bids and stink offers work. Get over to my classes immediately and watch the videos about stink bids, stink offers, rollovers of contracts, poor man covered call trading strategies, the psychology of the market, number 13. You've got to take these classes. You've got to. Don't just rely on us to give you the answer all the time. You've got to study this stuff. It's worth your time to make the investment. Jennifer, my $5.50 and $6 SoFi calls, they're all green. W. Walters, I just read an article that says AMC and GameStop are zombie stocks. I can understand AMC, but I thought GameStop paid off their debts. Why is GameStop considered a zombie stock? Because the writer has a hate on for GameStop. The writer probably has no affiliation with GameStop as an entity, and they're looking for eyeballs. And they found you. They found your eyeballs, and you were probably noticing the ads on the side of their article. Congratulations in helping the guy out make money. JJEU proposes new package of Russia sanctions. By the way, W. Walters, I'm not criticizing you for reading the article. I think it's great you did. And you're right. AMC is a zombie stock. You are absolutely right on that. But remember, you are paying somebody when you read this stuff, whether it's in cash or by your attention span, okay? And these writers of these articles sometimes will go sensational, clickbait, sensational. They need eyeballs because they are selling ads on their sites, all right? Either they directly or their publishers or wherever this was, okay? That's all it is. And as I'm picking up what you're throwing down, thanks a bunch. Credit, I love yuck market days. My Care Bear unit is feasting. We are loading up and buying the Uncle Bruce ETF and some of my favorites. I am totally okay waiting a few years, even through a bear market. No problem at all. Nick, anyone shorting that Biogen, you are making money. My average on it is $275. Nazareth, I have puts on SPY. I don't like shorting because of margin. Christina, Nick, you going to short AMV? Nick, what is AMV? Christina, well, no options, so you can't, I guess. Christina, I'm rich. My kids hold my bottle. Watch this. Nick, my principle for shorting is the volume has to be on the high side. Low volume is very risky. Constantine, I am thumbs up 185. Thank you, all of you, for hitting these thumbs ups buttons for me. I haven't had time to beg you for them today. Help me get to 200. We got 193 going right now. I just need 7 more. Just 7 more thumbs ups. You can get me to 200. Help me out. Please come through for me, people, right now. Sprayer. All right. I wish you all an enjoyable day today. I can't wait for fresh gunpowder arriving next week from work and other places where I had something I could take out. Nick, I am shorting WYNN also. Constantine, good morning, everybody. Nick, I'm up 26 grand on this Biogen short. Way to go, Nick. JR, another thing about stink bids, like Uncle Bruce, decide what premium you want to collect. Set your stink offer and then let the stock come to you. It may take a while to fill. That's true. Christina bought 2 HPQs yesterday, $20 strike for $570. Right on. Not bad. Constantine just picked up another 100 shares of SoFi from writing GameStop covered calls. Thank you, GameStop. Way to go, SoFi. 514 on the SoFi, up 7. GameStop 26.38, up a quarter. Apple down 5.37. The Dow's up 102. Christina, January 2023 were those calls that I bought. Bruce, way to go. The Wavy Gravy. I wrote GameStop October 7, strike $27. Bad stink bid got hit. Couldn't raise it in time. So I got 133. I could try to reposition, roll over now, or just wait and let the market drop. Contract is sitting at 140 right now. So you sold them at 133. They're now trading at 140. No big whoop. The stock is up 31 cents to 26.44. The high of the day on GameStop here, it looks like we're right at it at 26.45.55. This was the high here, 26.55. Big deal, up 42 cents. Like, so what? There is no mega power of buying coming in here. It's nickels and dimes. I'm not too worried about it. But it's a move. It's a fluctuation. Okay, great. You don't have to worry about any kind of rollover here, Wavy Gravy. You're out of the money. Your contracts are worth technically nothing. They have no value whatsoever. They're pure time. And every day, these will be eaten alive by the depreciation of time. They will be degraded to zip. This Friday is the 30th of September. The next contracts to expire, October 7th. So your contracts have 5 days next week, and Friday and Thursday. That's 7 days, and the rest of today. What are you down to? 7.5 days of life. It means these are going to depreciate by about 20 cents a day if they stay out of the money. You're going to make money. Wavy Gravy. Just sit around, assume the position, fold your arms, and relax. Credit Savage. Oh, the thumbs ups. I always forget. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Credit Savage. I am number 200 for you. Thank you so much. Christina, he used to beg for 500 likes a day. Did he do like a split or something like that? There was a time when I was running on this channel a year plus ago that I would get 10,000 thumbs ups a day, but I had 200,000 watchers. And I remember those days there would be, 3,000 watching at any one time, 8,000 watching, all waiting for me to tell them what stock to buy right now that's going to triple in price in 15 minutes. I'm waiting, Bruce, you just let me know. I've got $450 on my credit card here. I've taken a cash advance and I've thrown the $450 into my Robinhood account. And if you could please just tell me in the next 5-10 minutes, what should I buy that's going to triple in 15 minutes? I can take $450 and turn it into like $1,350. Then I'll just have 1,000 of that sent back to my account, and I'll pay my credit card down $1,000. So just help me out here. I'm a long-term investor. I believe in this market long-term. Just tell me what to buy in the next 5 minutes. Oh, you want a thumbs up? Oh, okay, I'll give you a thumbs up. Here's a thumbs up. Okay, now just tell me what to buy in the next 5 minutes as a long-term 30-minute investor that I can triple my money on. Please, please, please tell me what it is. I'm here forever. I'll never leave you. I'm your viewer. Just if you're not going to do it, I'm going to go to Trace Trades. He'll tell me what to. If he won't tell me, I'll go to so and so. I'll go to such and such. But I'm with you, Bruce. I love you. I'll never leave you. Me and all the other investors here, we're all long-term investors, and we will never, ever give up on you. We're here forever. Oh, hang on a second. The bank's going. Did I get my credit limit increase? No. Okay. Well, thank you anyway. And okay, Bruce, I'm with you. I'm here for you forever. Just help me out. Just help me. FL, don't buy puts to short the index. Premiums are through the roofs on puts. Be careful, especially if you buy time premiums. Markets might dip, but not fast enough. Christina, the theta kill will in fact kill your puts. Christina, I'm still waiting. Christina, I can only afford a $300 call this Friday on GameStop. Laugh out loud. Good play. Ha ha. Olivia, long-term 30-minute investor. Laughing out loud. DQ, I'm number 210 for you, buddy. Thank you, people, for 210 thumbs ups. Keep them coming. Mirko just wrote 5 HPQ 25s for October the 14th. I got $1.04. They are slightly in the money right now, but I think I'll make money on those. Nice going. Taking that money. That's a what, a 25.12 market, and you got $1.04. So it's 92 cents premium. And a nice going. Yeah, way to go. Wavy, thanks, Uncle Bruce. I'll cross my arms. Michael, okay, so what stock is it then, Bruce? I'm here for, you've got 30 minutes of my time, no question. I'm here. If you can give me that tip, I'll stick around. But if you can't, don't worry. I'll go to another channel. I'll come back to you later. I'm a longtime viewer. I love you, man. Christina, I haven't seen volatility like this in all 2 weeks of trading. This is crazy. Nazareth, Uncle Bruce is the guy to teach you to fish and show you how to fish in the different environments. He's not the guy to tell you that salmon is biting at the local water hole. Dude, Uncle Bruce, so just asking, when can I buy in the next 5 minutes to triple my money? Can you whisper? You could just give me like hand signals, like any wink, give me Morse code, anything. Jennifer, Alafel, trades just quit AMC. The apes are going crazy about it. Christina, Merkel, I thought you were scared of in the monies. Welcome to the team. FL, I'm here for a good time. I'm not here for a long time. I do remember. I remember where I would beg for thumbs ups, and I'd have like 8,000 people watching me, and I'd get 1,000 thumbs ups in like a minute. It just was impressive. But these folks, so many of these folks were on borrowed time, and they were all waiting for me to tell them just how great they were going to do by just buying stock and looking for the mother of all short squeezes, because that's what everybody else was telling them. And so they thought, well, Bruce is just like everybody else, isn't he? And then I didn't. I kind of said, well, certain stocks might do well, but certain stocks might not do so well because fundamentally they're in big trouble. Well, they didn't like to hear that. They don't want reality. They want the 8-second attention span, happy Hollywood ending story every single day. That's what we're here for, We're Hollywood people, We're not like realists. Well, what can I say? 26.68 on GameStop. In reality, the stock is up right now. 26.74. It's up 61 cents. In reality, it is, which means in reality, a lot of my viewers might be looking at rollover possibilities, and they have been so well trained the last year and a bit. They now do this themselves. They don't even need me to remind them that you might be looking at rollover opportunities on GameStop. They just do it, and then they tell me, guess what I just did? I bought back my 25.50s, my 26. I just wrote 27s for October, whatever, and I brought in another $1,000, or I brought in another 70 cents a contract. I brought in 22 cents a contract more for 20 contracts. I love you, man. This is what I'm doing. Because of you, I'm getting richer. That's right. We're getting richer here. We're getting smarter. We're getting more patient. We're becoming more tolerant of the market's fluctuations, and we're not letting it bother us. It's fine. The Dow's up 230 points. Great. That's great. That's great. I'm happy it's up. SoFi's at 522. This is great. This is fantastic. Let these stocks go up, and you can then do what? Right options. Exactly. Oh, we're fine. Mirko, Christina, in that kind of market, I'll be closer in the money or even in it. Christina, I lost all my life savings on AMC calls for $25 that expired this Friday. Laugh out loud. Olivia, it wasn't the most sustainable audience. I like the direction this channel went, learning a lot of things in my time here. I still am. Lisa, I agree, Olivia. For FL, your life expectancy as an investor is correlated with the length of your attention span. Nazareth, lots of YouTubers are losing their street cred left and right. I found Uncle Bruce, and he's the GOAT. Learned so much from this channel. Dude, I saw my home mortgage broker in the chat one time. I'm not sure if he's still here lurking, though. I was pretty surprised. I texted a mutual friend for the confirmation it was him on the Uncle Bruce chat. There's a lot of people here who you never know. There might be people here that have names you don't understand. They're incognito. I don't know. Welcome, everybody. Coyote, 711,000 volume on GameStop. Jeez, that is really bad. Christina, Jen, text me and fill me in on the AMC drama. Arnica, dude, the internet has made it a very small world. Well, that's interesting. If you're correct here, if this story is right about Trey's trades walking away on AMC, is that right, Jennifer? Is he just not going to talk about it anymore, or has he just thrown in the towel on it, or what? I mean, I remember it was a year ago or more, had to have been more than a year ago. The shares had been like had run up, and then they came back into like the 7, 8 level, 6 level, and then they got up to like $12, $14 on a little pop. Good volume and everything. And I said at that time, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And people just blasted me saying, oh, you crazy, man. It's going to go nuts. And it went to 72 about, a month later, 2 months later. And everybody who, those same people are saying, you see, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm yelling, right options, right 75s, right 80s, right 60s, right 50, right contracts. And it came down and down. Keep writing. And it came down. And a handful of those folks actually did write options against their AMC at 60, 70, 50, 40. They kept writing as it backed off. And I've had a few viewers who say to me, I made a lot of money when you told me to do that. What can I say? Here we are. The company's still $5 billion in debt. Their competitor went bankrupt. Tell me where the mother of all short squeezes are. I don't see. They just diluted their company by 100%, and now they're trying to raise money on these preferreds. I don't know who wants to buy them. Why? How? Possible? I don't understand it. I just don't know. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And very amazing developments here. I tell you, it's wild. Arnica, dude, the internet has made it a very small world. Christina, we already rolled, laugh out loud. We fold our arms now and wait to see what the market will do. We are not afraid of the upside, Uncle B. That's exactly how to play this. Splair, we are somehow an evolving virtual hedge fund without a skyscraper and a school with different study levels, everything in one room. There you go. Marcus, 216 thumbs up. Let's go. Olivia, spill the tea. Jen, please. Splair, a bagel fund. And that's what Trey said he was going to walk away from AMC after the ape dilution. Jennifer, he announced that he would no longer post about AMC. He said, I'm becoming a villain, he says. Trey went to another platform, I believe. Is he not on YouTube anymore? Isn't he? Like, I don't know. I don't have time to watch. I'm here. I'm studying this. I don't know what's going on. Lame, 215 thumbs up. I just got back from Vegas. Went for a wedding. Lost $350 gambling. It's nice to be back in my casino. Yeah. Deuce Caboose, Spire is having an announcement about new contracts almost daily, and the stock is red. Credit Savage, I just sold at GameStop January 23rd, $27.50. Covered call for $5.65, and I used that money to buy 100 more SoFi. Come on to Papa. My average on GameStop is $20. I am begging to get exercise. Please buy me out at $27.50. Take me out. That's like selling out for $33. Not bad. Oh my goodness. Christina, well, did he just get with the program? Did he was a CEO, was an ape? No, he's just trying to save his company. This isn't about being Robin Hood and taking the rich. He is the rich. Interesting, playing with investors' emotions. Nick, Uncle Bruce, I just bought 1,000 Cisco for writing options on at 41. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, I just entered a good till cancel limit to buy back SoFi Jan 2024's 10s, written at 106 for 51 cents. Is this too low? Look, if you get it, you get it. Keep your eye on it. You can always move it up if you need to, if you're in a hurry to buy. But if they come to you, they come to you. What's wrong with this? Nothing. I love it. Nick, which option should I look into, Bruce? I want to write calls on Cisco. What do we got on Cisco right now? We're at 41.07. We're up 55 cents today, which is kind of nice to see finally. Got a little up move here. I would look at 42s and maybe go a couple of weeks out. Can you get any kind of decent premium on 42s? Certainly your premiums today would be better than yesterday, obviously. The question is, what can you do? CSCO, let me see if I can take a look at the option market here. Stocks 41.08, up 56 cents. Nice to see a little pop up here. Taking a look at options premiums, let's take a little look-see beyond September. So let's look at October expiry contracts on Cisco. If we go out to the third Friday, the 21st, that is the most active traded series of contracts out there. What can be written is the question. 42s are 62 to 68 cents at the moment. 41.50s, 84.87. 42.50s are 52 odd cents, 50 cents. 43s are around 40. If you're going to write calls, you could look at writing 42s. They're out of the money. If you got exercised, you would get 42 plus get to keep this premium, which is about 60, 68 cents. Maybe offer them at 67 cents. See if they take you out. That'll bring you $670 to start with on an investment of $1,000. And in the next week or two, if the shares dip a little from here back to 40, 50, and a week goes by, 10 days goes by, they will shrink out to like 30 cents, 26 cents. You might buy them for half or less than half, and then perhaps rewrite new calls for the week or after the week after that. Remember, Nick, this is a long-term game. This is not a one-day flip where you're going to make $1 million. This is writing contracts on an investment over some time. Up to you if you want to write 42s. If you want to write 41s at the money calls, because we are up 61 cents right now, you can get for this expiry 21 of October, you get $1.06 to $1.10 for those. 13 cents book value, the rest is premium. Okay. Again, you might want to write them at 109 and look to buy them back at 41 to 46 cents, something like that, on a little turnaround. Might be the way to play that one. Couple of thoughts. Up to you how you want to do it, but you can write 10 of them and make some money here, bring in some income. Michael, did he meet Kevin in jail? Michael wants to know. Christina, I told Jen to get out of AMC last year. The cult factor is crazy. Lame duck, should have bought a one-on-one instead. What do you know about gambling? Nazareth, we're all in the same storm. All of us are in different boats. This channel is the best because no matter what kind of boat you're in, we're all here to help each other. Love you guys. Right on, Nazareth. Olivia, much of the AMC crowd seems to run on emotion. Kind of feel bad for the guy. He should be able to sell without people going crazy. Christina, Nick, go long on gold. Laugh it out loud. Christina, is Trey the guy with the deep voice? Testy Donkey. I remember Uncle Bruce and Trey doing an interview together, and Trey was hoping you would talk about how great AMC was and how it was going to go to 100 a share. Very awkward. Beach Boy. Nick, go long on Christina. She's starting a hedge fund. Beach Boy. Trey is the Army guy. That's right. He is the Army guy. He talks very quickly. He's very hyper kind of a guy. I enjoyed our chat that we had. I would like to have done another one with him. I had reached out to him, I don't know, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, privately. I said, hey, you ever want to do another, chat, because I had done one on his channel and I was kind of hoping he would do one on mine, but he never did. And I would have done another one on his channel, but I kind of wouldn't mind a back and forth, but he never responded to me. He didn't get back. Now, maybe he didn't get my message. He gets a lot of messages. I cut the guy a lot of slack. He's an honest guy. He's young. He's an honest guy. He's really, deep into his convictions. But backing AMC, he got a lot of views out of AMC. He got a lot of followers. He got the man himself on the air with him. I mean, kudos, job well done. He got on Fox Business thing. I think he's been on CNBC. I mean, he got a lot of exposure. Where he heads and how he heads forward, I don't know. But I'm curious, is he still on YouTube? Is he still doing his thing? I don't know. I don't have time to follow everybody else. Carter Savage. Okay, gang, I have to go back to do minimal work, and I got to get paid 3 times the amount of money I used to get paid before I came upon this guy's channel here. Today is my last day here, and then I take a week off. I gotta love the freedom that cover calls give me. Right on, Credit Savage. Way to go. Amy, Uncle Bruce, I have 2 Apple calls I bought in June. I have made over $1,500 in the past week on those contracts. You mean you wrote them? We'll buy more classes this weekend. You've changed the trajectory of my retirement. Thank you. Did you write those contracts and they've dropped in value and you've made money? I think that's what you're saying. Amy, way to go. I love it. I love it when my viewers make money. Amy, make nothing but money. I'm hoping that you will be able to do a rollover where you buy back these contracts for a lot less money and write other ones for more. But work it out. This is great stuff. Keep doing those classes. Absolutely. Christine, Jen, is he the SPC you invited me to his Facebook page? Should have been the first sign, laugh out loud. Nick, okay, I wrote $42 strike. 21 October, 22 at 74 cents. Got it. Okay, buddy. Right on. Okay. Wrote $42 strike. 21st of October for this. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. All right, way to go, Nick. Dude, the credit service of Wall Street. Enjoy your time off. That is the goal. Jennifer, no, he is the LT who's getting medical discharge. A Beach Boy, credit good for you. Thanks for a reminder about the SoFi here. Nick, Uncle Bruce, my strategy, writing options and do shorting on the hypers. Gotcha. Lane, I'll go back to Vegas next year to visit my money. Christina, oh, he is live now, and his show's name is Done Talking AMC. I don't know who this is. Oh, okay. Splair, short question. Prime time is 4 hours after the last show today. 8 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm live at 3 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern. So that's 5 hours from the start. Okay. Christina, can't spell lost without LT. Nick, Trey talks lots of bad language such as this and that is why I stopped watching him. He does. He did do that, and I would recommend he stop it because he's losing a lot of ad revenue from potential advertisers who don't want to advertise on that kind of, but to each his own. You do what you do, and that's how it is. Christina Splair, it's 8 p.m. Eastern Coast time. Susan, hurricane is touching down in South Florida. Direct line entry is Fort Myers, Naples, been upgraded to near Category 5. Stay, everyone stay safe. It's going to be bad, and it is. And Nazareth, he is still on YouTube, but he's not covering AMC right now, trying to stop smoking, so I bet he's just having a rough time right now. Oh, gosh. JRP, let's just stick with Uncle Bruce, plain English and the truth, no BS. Christina, reach out to him again, laugh aloud, see if he wants to talk about getting out of AMC cult following. JG, when I started investing during the meme stock days, many YouTube channels gave bias info. Uncle Bruce taught us how the market works. Not being invested personally is how I knew Uncle Bruce was the real deal. I don't have any stocks. I don't write contracts. Christina, okay, I just left this channel to go to his. He's got fancy charts and 222 viewers. Goodbye, Uncle Bruce. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. Plus, he's hyper, and he's a lot more entertaining than you are, Uncle Bruce. You're boring. Zed, 220 thumbs up. Thank you, Christina. He sounds sad. You said he was hyper. Well, he was very like he would talk at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he would just be so but he's a good guy. I personally, I like Trey. I don't know the man in a personal level, but I like his enthusiasm, and I like his deep convictions, and the man is working. He is working hard, but God, that AMC has been devastating for himself and for his viewers and for so many investors who never watch me, who never watch Trey, who just, follow AMC however they do it. I mean, AMC has been a devastating investment since it topped out. And so many, I'm sorry to say, but so many people bought AMC at 30 and 40 and 50. And at 30, they were buying and it went to 70. They didn't sell. At 40, they were buying it, went to, they didn't sell. I mean, so many didn't sell. Many did. Okay. It's not like everybody lost money on AMC. There are people out there who made a killing on AMC, an absolute fortune on it. But many, 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 many people who we'll never hear from, who are licking their wounds silently in private, just got hammered with this stuff. And however they did it, they bought options on it. They went long on the stock. They margined it. They borrowed against their house. They did credit card cash advances to buy into this stuff and margined it and bought options. I mean, I know the nightmares. I know all about this stuff. I know how bad it can be out there. I've been around a while. I've seen it all. I have seen it all. I've had brokers I've managed. I've known brokers for decades who would tell me horror stories of over the years of investments and clients that they had run into, and some of the crazy stunts they pulled off to try to make the mother of all home run investments and just get wiped out because they were over leveraged, and they were playing with other people's money, and they were playing with borrowed money, and then they were bankrupt. And it's just, I can just imagine how many, there are millions and millions of people out there who are really hurting because of the AMC story. Because now what are we at, 10 or less? I mean, geez, how many people lost everything on Bed Bath & Beyond? Went up to $30 a share. How many lost everything? How many people who don't follow me have lost money on GameStop, like everything, because they never heard of me. They followed others and were expecting $1,000 a share, and they were leveraged for that. I mean, there are 210 people here right now, and I'm 2 hours and 14 minutes into a 2-hour show. And I congratulate those of you who are writing options, and you're writing options, and you're writing options, and you're writing options, and you are winning, and you are constantly staying on top of it. You are not letting go of this strategy. You are making it work. You do rollovers when you must do rollovers. You buy back calls and write calls immediately, and you keep bringing in the cash. And you have disciplined yourselves to stay in your space, stay in the square that you're in, and hammer this strategy and take this capital, because it's the one area of this market where it's fair to you and it's fair to institutions. You're on the same playing field writing call options, and you're just taking advantage of shrinkage. Time is your friend, and you're on top of this. And even though GameStop is at 26.82, we don't care. It's okay. We don't mind it going up, actually. We'll roll up with the stock. It's okay. If GameStop wants to go to $100 a share and it's back to $400, we don't care. We're happy being here. We're writing 410s, 420s, 425s. We never stop writing. We're quite happy to go with the stock. You just tell me where you want to go. I'll go with you. That's how we roll here. Don't try to outguess the market. Just go with it. The Dow's up 305. Okay, good. It's up 305. It's only off 5,000 points, from where it was. It's up 300. Okay, that's fine. We don't mind. It's no problem. No problem at all. SoFi 520. Yay. This is good. Rocket Lab 424 up 5. HBQ up 33 to 25.30. Yes. ME up 24 cents. Yes. Matterport is up a dime. ATIP is up 4.5. SmartRent up 13. Spire down 1.5. Turn it around, please. Sextera up a dime. Great. Let's go. Let's go. Bed Bath Beyond 634 down 4. Tesla down $1. 281.90. We don't care. It's okay. We're making money no matter what. Pfizer up 54. Boeing up 303. Cisco up 60. Yes. We love it. We love it. Twitter up 80. Home Depot up $9. Carvana up 158. Robinhood up 34. Vanek Vectors up 34 cents. IBM up a nickel. The Dow's up 300 points and IBM's up a nickel. Does that tell you something? Are you reading between the lines? IBM is not leading this market. It's being sucked along. That's bad news. That's actually bad news, because IBM is warning us it's not good. There's problems out there. There's problems. We're just telling you. But if you buy the stock, your yield on it right now is 5.38%, more than a 10-year treasury. The problem is you got to tolerate the stock's pricing. But then again, if you're an option writer, do you care? Write 122s, 123s, 125s on IBM. Get out there and write contracts. Make it pay you on top of the dividend. Absolutely. Microsoft up 257. Goldman up $7. Finally, Goldman's got a pop here. Google up 124. Amazon up 179. Meta up 355. BlackBerry down 9.5. Royal Caribbean up 112. Target up 473. JP Morgan up $2. Costco up 530. Walmart up $1. Nvidia up 240. Disney up $2. Moderna up $2 to 124. I know a guy that writes 125 calls against Moderna. He's a genius. Nice going. Okay, there it is. I think I'm done for the show. Thank you all from this. Coyote, Christine's probably feeling down from the ape harassment. Splayer, I usually sleep 4 to 5 hours during casual days. I'm struggling to go to sleep during the last show and wake up for prime time. JR, oh my goodness. Oh, life is tough. Come on, you guys, hang in there. What do we got? JR putting up some charts. Here's some fancy charts if you want charts. Bobby, does he acknowledge the lamp is real? Thanks, you all. JG, same, says Tankster. Arnica, Susan, be safe. I lived through many hurricanes over 35 years down there. JRP, here's some charts. You want charts? I'll give you charts. Christina, leave your own channel and go and look. He is not hyper, and he is feeling the pressure of the change. I can imagine he is. Trey and I, we're cool. We're cool. I have no problem with Trey. Trey, I think, is a very honest guy, and he speaks from his heart. He really puts it out there. He's not hiding anything, but he has a style, and I have my style. He follows what he follows. I do what I do. There's room in this world for many of us in our own little niches. And I wish him nothing but the best, and it's all cool. Gowdy, when he talked with Trey, that was over a year ago, so he might not be as hyper anymore. It's been a year. I remember we had chatted, and I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks after when I had come out and I had specifically stated my personal feelings about AMC and the fact that they were so in debt, and it was it was going to be a real tough climb, and I got attacked. And then people were asking him about me, and he came up with a video about me, about what he thought. And he said, I don't mind Bruce's opinion at all. He's entitled to his opinion. I respect the man. We get along fine. I have no beef with this guy. So don't come to me to attack him. I'm not here to attack anybody. Whatever Bruce thinks is up to him, and whatever I think is up to me. And that's exactly how I feel about it. History will eventually rule it all out as to where everybody stood when we stood where we stood, but it doesn't matter. We have to move on. We have to make money however we can make money, and that's the bottom line. And Trey has got to do what Trey's got to do. I got to do what I got to do. You guys have got to do what you got to do, and I want everyone to be successful. I really do. I mean, if people who have a hate on for me are successful, I'm happy for them. I have no beef against that. I just don't want people abusing my viewers and threatening the life of my wife and child as an acceptable form of behavior. I'm funny that way. Call me crazy, but that's the way I am. But it is the world in which we live, and here we are, and we just do the best we can with what we have. And there's just Trey is still doing his thing. I'm doing my thing, but a lot of people who were on this bandwagon a year and a half ago, back in January, February, March of 2021, there were millions and millions of people looking for guidance and hope and answers to the market questions and all this sort of stuff. Millions, tens, hundreds of millions. There are still millions out there, but many of the one-timer players have gone. Many people who threw a couple of grand into the market, lost a bunch of dough, took the rest out and walked away, haven't come back since. This is normal behavior when you have an overheated market like we did at that time a year and a half ago. And it was insanity for that market. And now here we are. You are the grinders. You grind out a living even now. And many of you here have found a way to make money in this market that you never knew about, you never believed existed, you couldn't believe you could be part of. And after a few attempts and few months of hanging around and classes and one-on-ones, a good number of you folks have found a niche that works. And that's why I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'm saying exactly the same stuff as I was way back when. The market is the market. And investing is investing. And whether you're in for the long haul or not, there's only one way to find out. Stick around. I'm still here. Many of you are still here, but a lot of folks who were with you are not. Many have walked away from this channel, Trays, and others. And there have been a reduction. There's been a notable reduction in the number of channels that are still doing anything like they were a year and a half ago, being live or advisory or whatever. And these channels that used to brag about, I've got the inside scoop for you, and I've got news for you that's going to make you rich. A lot of these guys are gone. They too got blown out because they were trading. They were in the market with risking in their own way investments in their own stocks that they were promoting. And I have said from day one and to this very day, I don't have a stock. I don't own any stock. I don't write contracts. I'm here as an advisor and an opinionator. I have an opinion and I give you my experience, and you guys are the traders. And it seems to be working. It's working for those of you who are here, but I admit this channel isn't as popular as it used to be because, of course, there are fewer people in this market that there used to be in this market. That's just the way life goes. It goes in cycles. It's the way it is. It's all good. Thank you all. Coyote, AMC's in the gutter and the apes have been harassing him for weeks. JR, deep convictions can be wrong too. Nick, if Biogen drops to 240, I stand to make 100 grand today. So far my profit potential is 25 grand. Let's go, baby. Oh, I'm hoping for you, Nick. Christina, it's like being the president. The first year versus the fourth. It will age you. Go, Nick, go, says Christina. Spare, is this the guy where, while you were talking for a while about mustaches, is the guy? I don't know about anything about this. Mirko just wrote GameStop $27, October 21 for 254. Nice going. Christina, if it's flat right now between 271 and 268. FL, it's called Bed Bath and Be Broke. Nazareth, Trey has a Dr. Wario mustache on right now. Oh, I see what's going on. Obama, did someone mention women with mustaches? Don't know what's going on. You know who didn't lose on BBBY? Mr. Cohen. Man is sipping lemonade while people blew their life savings on his rug pull. Well, the company wasn't following his ideas. The signs were there, and a lot of people could have sold the same day, the next day that he got out, and they didn't. And now they are paying. JG, tough situation. My own brother is a bag holder of AMC, convinced, waiting for the mother of all short squeezes. Even now, showing him my short-term capital gains year to date from writing options. He's starting to see the light. Oh, welcome to the other side. Christine, oh my God, I lost so much on GameStop when I was trading. I really thought this was going to change my life. But here's the truth. It did, just not how I thought. Now our writer, Bama Babe, Christina, so true. Christina, very true, says Coyote. Bama Babe, Christina, I was fortunate. I did not lose on GameStop. I got out at a good time. Christina, JG, I have people come up to me that know I trade, and they tell me, teach me how you're making this kind of money. So I do, and do they put in the time and effort to learn? Nope. JG, the AMC cult mentality is real. Sure, my former SPACs are down now. Long-term thinking says they will be very happy in the coming years. Bama Babe, Christina, it's okay. Trading is just not it's not everybody's thing. That's right. Amy, no, I bought them writing against them to make money. Oh, interesting. Christina, Bama, when I finally sold it after a long call, I was almost break even, but here was my biggest mistake. Uncle Bruce told us to write on GameStop, so I did. I sold calls, and the stock shot us. So I got so scared. I bought my call back, and I lost 18 grand. I didn't write again. I was for sure it was going to go to the moon. It went to the ground, and I was left so mad and sad. I was mad at Uncle Bruce. I was mad at myself. And then I got more message coming. She's got more coming. We'll get to that in a minute. Coyote 27 on GameStop. GME on 27. Yeah, 2661 now, though, on GameStop. 2709 for the high, 2661 now. Here we are on 970,000. No volume. I got so scared, I bought back my covered call. Okay, I'm still waiting for the next comment, if we can get one here from her. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's go. Christina, get it. I didn't get it. I was just starting to trade. I didn't know how to do rollovers. Thanks, everybody from John Beach. Well, you know, Uncle Bruce, when you kept pushing us to start writing cover calls on GameStop back in the day, on my first write, I made a $30 gain. That's more than the stock was worth today, multiplied by 100. Wow. Yeah. Caverti. Thanks, Uncle B. Christina, I loved when Uncle Bruce came out and said what he thought. I hate Uncle Bruce Gaunt. I remember when Uncle Bruce would get mad at the shows. I'm glad we are a small group now. Deuce Caboose, 23andMe, acting like that drug announcement is coming. Dude, I got cross my arms look-alike right now. Bama, I wrote this morning and took in over 10 grand in cash on my few stocks. Now I sit and cross my arms. If I can do this, anyone can do this if you want to learn how to do this. Constantine, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. It's nice to be nice to the nice, though. Christina, so happy for you, Bama. You go, girl. I agree, says Splair. Gowdy, the Bank of England said on Wednesday it would start a temporary program of bond purchases to stabilize the market and postpone the planned start of its gilt sale program. Interesting. Splair, all right. Thanks for the show, everybody. It was enjoyable for the free day. Thank you. Wishing you a nice one. Obama, 2 years ago, my 401k and stocks were just riding with the flow, just like my broker told me to do. So stupid. Alberto, because idiots like myself lost an arm and a leg, only channel I follow is this one due to logical advice. Bama Babe, Alberto, I have found other sites that teach options, but Uncle Bruce was the only one that kept it simple where it did not scare me. Now, I watch some educational tutorials because they do not scare me anymore. Nick, I am a bag holder on AMC and GameStop too. Karim, people bought $80 calls for BBBY. Yikes. Coyote, Karim, I know people who bought $70 calls on GameStop when it was in the 40s this summer. Laugh out loud. Alberto, Bama, that is the truth. Coyote, Bama Babe, legend. Unbelievable. Folks, thank you for being here with me. We've been on 2 hours, 30 minutes. I got to get going. Jen and I have got to get some breakfast here. We have 228 thumbs ups, and thank you for those thumbs ups. If any of you have a thumbs up lying around that you can throw in here, help us out with a little more. That would be getting us closer to 250. Thank you all. I'll be on today at 3 o'clock Eastern for the primetime show tonight for Gold Bagel members. We got a lot to talk about tonight. And then I'll be on, of course, tomorrow again. But I'll be here at 3 o'clock Eastern and 8 o'clock Eastern. 3 o'clock for the final hour, 8 o'clock for the Gold Bagel member primetime with Uncle Bruce show. Join me for both. Become a Gold Bagel member immediately. Now. Don't wait. Become a member now. You'll get the link later today to join me tonight. You got to be a Gold Bagel member if you're going to make money in this market. You want to be real. You really want to make money in this market, writing options? Become a Gold Bagel member. I'm telling you. You really want it? You better step up and come and get it. It's available. I try so hard. Okay. Dude, I'm back to lesson 1 after the show. Gonna watch twice and take notes like a good simpleton. Coyote powered through these comments like a champ. Uncle Bruce enjoyed breakfast. I will see you all this afternoon. Thank you, Coyote. Let's go, babies. Let's go. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Okay, I'll talk to you a little later. We're up 268 on the Dow, down 560 on Apple. GameStop is up 52 cents at 26.65. That's all. It's only up 50 cents. Enjoy your bagel. Uncle Bruce, have a green day, everybody. Bama Babe, later, Tater. Love this group. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.